confidence. They'll play better. But the Raiders have an average defense. They're ranked in the middle of the pack defensively in most of the categories, and so they're not going to be pushovers on defense. And offensively, where they've really been bad, they just don't have any weapons other than Bowers, and that includes who I think's been the one of the biggest disappointments in the rookie class, Ashton Genty at tailback. And the fact that Geno Smith hangs onto the ball as long as he does, he's not very mobile. That sits in the Denver defense's favor, what they do well, which is bring pressure on the quarterback. Still, I think they'll be a little better than what that Thursday night performance was. But, I think the Broncos will win. It just might be a 7 to 10 point type of win rather than a 25-point win that some Bronco fans might expect.
Yeah, and definitely Broncos country wants them to beat down the Raiders every single time. But, Mike, coming out of the bye, you saw in the Commanders game more Evan Ingram. Is that something you believe we can count on going forward?
Well, that was more a function. Yes and no. I think now they definitely see what a productive Evan Ingram can do for the offense. So there's a little more confidence that way. And they may dial up his number a time or two. But Washington played a lot of zone, and so it was, when you play a lot of zone, it's more the underneath type patterns. And that's where your tight end comes in. That's where R.J. Harvey out of the backfield comes in. That's even where Cortland Sutton comes in, as far as, he's kind of a third down, a 3rd and 6 type receiver with the skinny slants. It's not when you play a lot of zone, it maybe hurts Troy Franklin. He didn't get a lot of targets. So I imagine there'll be more zone defenses against the Broncos offense. But if they go man to man, whenever there's man to man, then I think you'll see more Mims and Troy Franklin than Evan Ingram.
We're talking with our buddy Mike Kliss from 9 News, at Mike Kliss 9 News on Twitter. Make sure you're following him along there. Something else we talked about coming off of Sunday Night Football, Mike, was how the Broncos defense looked and the blueprint that may be out there now for other teams to use. Cliff Kingsbury clearly wanted Marcus Mariota to get rid of the ball in under 2 seconds, wanted to use the tight ends, and wanted to establish their running game. Is that something now that, hey, Brock Bowers, Geno Smith, just get rid of the ball quickly, try to get Ashton involved, even though he hasn't been a huge playmaker? Is there a blueprint now to have some success against VJ's defense?
Well, they will try to get rid of the ball quickly. That's how everyone does attack that Denver defense now. They have for, it seems to me, the last 5 or 6 weeks, because bringing pressure is definitely their strength. It's scary to opponents how much the Denver defense brings pressure. The one variable that Washington had as far as the run game goes that the Raiders aren't going to have is a mobile quarterback. Mariota keeping the ball on the RPO is something that Geno Smith is not going to be able to use against the Broncos. So, yeah, get rid of it quick. They wanted to get the ball to Brock Bowers before, and Vance Joseph doubled him.
True.
And took him away and made him throw to the outside to the receivers, and the receivers could not get open. They traded Jacoby Myers, a Broncos killer, over the years. They traded him, I think, 2 days before that game. Thank you very much, John Spytek and Pete Carroll for that one. So, and as far as running the ball, it doesn't seem like the Raiders have been able to run the ball very well. Washington has been able to run it with Rodriguez.
Mm-hmm.
They were running the ball well before the Bronco game, and they just had an extension of that. So the Denver defense is not it's not the 85 Bears. It's not the 77 Broncos. It's not the 15 Broncos. It's a real good defense. It brings a lot of pressure on the quarterback. That's the strength. But overall, it's going to be interesting watching this defense down the stretch after this game when you've got Jacksonville, Green Bay, the Chiefs on Christmas night in Arrowhead, and the Chargers. Those are going to be 4 big tests for the defense. See where they finish up. They're still going to be, I think, a top 6 or 7, but they're not number 1 in any of those categories.
All right, Mike, for the life of me, and I know Elijah Moore's game. I'm very, very familiar with it, of course, when he came out as a second rounder a few years ago. I don't understand this fascination the Broncos have had with getting another wide receiver. But tell us your thoughts on why the move was made to add Elijah Moore.
Yeah, there wasn't a real need at receiver. I mean, you can argue there was a need at slot receiver. But Sean Payton doesn't really use the slot that much. You know, he doesn't use Brandon Stokely or Wes Welker. And so, but here's your season is going to carry on here. It's pretty sure that the Broncos are going to, play into mid-January anyway. And the Chiefs did this the last couple of years when they won 3 Super Bowls and got to 5 in the last 7 years. And they were always picking up kind of name receivers that people knew and said, boy, that guy's pretty good. And they picked him up and they'd they'd stash him on the practice squad. And then sure enough, as the season gets long, you lose a talented player or two. Well, now you've got a guy who's a pretty good player, Elijah Moore, pretty good receiver that can come in off the practice squad late in the season. I think you're going to give him a couple weeks yet before you start using him. He's got to catch up on the playbook. But it's an insurance. Elijah Moore is a good player who's insurance as you get deeper into the season. The season is going to be extended here, it looks like, in Denver. And so you pick up talent that you can use in the postseason and maybe the last couple of weeks of the season.
Mike, real quick, I wanted to throw this. Cecil and I kicked this around too, and we know without J.K. Dobbins, the running game has dropped off a bit. Will we see a bit more of running from Bo Nix, or is that is the juice not worth the squeeze if you're a guy like Sean Payton because of an injury concern?
Yeah, you let Bo do his instinctive thing, his feel thing. You don't design it. Maybe you design one once in a while, but Bo seems to be pretty good instinctively on when to run and when not to. He does it. The last game it looked like he ran a lot. He only ran twice for 16 yards. That 11-yarder was big and picking up a 3rd and long. I think you don't put handcuffs on him running the ball, but you don't call plays for him running the ball either. He seems to know. That's one of his traits is he's got an awareness about him, and that's why he's good at the end of each half. He's got an awareness about him where his feel is a strength.
All right, we are always looking forward to a Raiders game, especially one with the significance that this one has on it. Always looking forward to talking with our buddy Mike Kliss. Follow him on Twitter at MikeKliss9News. You can read him at 9news.com/sports. Mike, always appreciate your time, man. Keep up the great work, and we'll talk again soon.
Thanks, guys.
There he is, our 9 News Broncos insider, Mike Kliss, presented by Fitness Gallery. They sell the world's finest fitness equipment. All right, let's react to a couple of things there. The role for Elijah Moore, the thought on the Raiders defense and what they may bring to the Broncos. Let's dive into that next.
Join Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan at Blue Sports Stable in Superior for our Denver Sports Equipment Drive, benefiting Recruiting Classroom. We're taking donations of new or gently used sports equipment through December 20th. Head to denversports.com/equipment for a list of drop-off locations and most needed items. And help us spread some cheer this holiday season.
Are you living with dry AMD? If so, you could be on the road to geographic atrophy, or GA, a condition that leads to retinal cell death and permanent vision loss. But with Izervay, you can
slow it down, get it going slower.
Izervay slows GA progression by targeting a key source of retinal cell death, which may help preserve your vision longer. Izervay, or Avastin Capted Pagel, is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
Most business owners and decision makers work hard but stay frustrated because customers simply don't know they exist. Marketing isn't about being flashy. It's about making sure people understand how you solve their problem. Audio, video, and online campaigns put your message where your customers are already paying attention. And your friends at Denver Sports, they specialize in connecting customers to businesses. The moment you get clear and show up consistently, growth follows. Don't stay the best kept secret in town. Visit DenverSports.com and click on the Advertise with Us button and start growing today.
Catch Telestrator Tuesday weekly on Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, where Stink or Stoke dive into the past weekend's games with a coach's eye, using insights into what went right and wrong on critical plays. Telestrator Tuesdays, powered by Colorado Credit Union. Love where you live, love where you bank.
Planning out your holiday pictures? Let's move you to the front, because at Soda Weight Loss, you could drop the belly fat and gain your confidence back, just like Ramon.
I used to dread those pictures. I'd position myself behind someone taller or make sure I was holding a plate so nobody focused on my belly. But that was before soda. Soda gave me more than a smaller waistline. It gave me back the confidence to wear what I want. And they make it simple. No injections, no hunger, just a plan that works.
Soda Weight Loss is built for busy people like you.
I lost 82 pounds in just 16 weeks. No hunger, no drugs, just steady, real-life progress with the nutritionist who helps you every step of the way.
That's why Soda has nearly 9,000 Google reviews. And right now, the most popular offer of the season is back. Join today, and your partner joins free. Visit SodaWeightLoss.com. That's SOTA weightloss.com.
Soda is, say it with me, state of the art.
You gave years, maybe decades to your job. You showed up, worked hard, and planned for retirement. But now, the company's changed. Or maybe you've taken a buyout or been forced into early retirement. So, what happens next? I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. And if you've built up a 401k or thrift savings plan, now is the time to ask, is that money really working for you? Many workplace retirement plans offer limited options and even less guidance. At Trajan Wealth, we help people just like you roll over their accounts into IRAs with more flexibility and personalized investment strategies built around your goals. For households with $500,000 or more, let us build you a personalized plan. We operate on veteran values, service, trust, and doing what's right. Your next chapter starts now. Call Trajan today, 720-204-8100. That's 720-204-8100.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. See website for details.
Samantha Flanagan here for Flanagan Law. If you find yourself in a car accident, do not tell the insurance company you are fine. They will hold that against you even if you end up with medical bills 3 months later. Protect your rights. Look for the Shamrock. Go with Flanagan Law.
Get ready for every Broncos game with Super Bowl 50 champion Brandon Marshall as he joins the drive every Friday afternoon at 4:45 exclusively on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Thanks to Corwin Toyota Boulder. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. DenverSports.com and the Denver Sports app. It's Dover and Cecil on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, reaction to a couple things we got from our buddy Mike Kliss right there. Always good stuff talking with Mike. Cecil, I actually want to start with your question there about what the Raiders may do to try to slow down Bo based off who Bo's been the last couple of weeks here.
Bo's been really good, man. And I sent you guys also on the damn DMs, which I guess aren't coming through, or you got it? Or did you get it?
I got it. I just don't get the notification.
Because of the 300-yard passing? I thought Kev would retweet that one where it's like, do you have any 300-yard passing games? And Drake May's like, no. And Bo Nix is like, yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
I got it.
I have some.
Yeah, Bo Nix is balling out, man. So you love to see that. How are the Raiders going to play him, though?
So, I mean, do they go zone on Bo, where he's had some success?
They've tried zone.
You want to blitz Bo, where he's also had some success?
He'll kill you against the blitz. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the league from a statistical standpoint. And I know I don't normally lean on statistics because you can make them say anything.
Of course.
But just full blank, you judge a quarterback on how are you against the blitz, how are you on third down, how are you in the red zone. Bo is top 5 in every single category.
I can tell you how he's against the blitz. 60% completion percentage, a 99.4 rating, 642 yards, 6 touchdowns, 1 interception.
A lot of guys aren't even 60% passers.
Right.
And he's doing that at the most pressure-packed moment. So, what?
I mean, if you're the Raiders, do you give him the zone coverage and hope? No, they're not going to do that.
Do you want
they
me
don't have
to give
any
you
on the back end?
Do you want me to give you my defensive game plan?
Please.
This is how you. I don't want to say confuse, but if you want to slow down the Broncos, you merely do this: let R.J. Harvey beat you. I put 4 in the box. I drop 7 or 8 regularly. I don't really care about the ground game. And I just cluster up. I muddy up Bo so he has to do all the short stuff. It's going to drive people crazy.
Kevin's already
And
mad.
then Kevin will be mad, and everyone will be taking to Twitter. All he does is check down. If you play cloud coverage where you're dropping 8 and really just run all day. Hey, Broncos, you're going to beat us running the ball? Good. We don't think you can.
Yeah.
And that's where RJ has to step up. He has to be better. We're big RJ Harvey fans. I was known as the RJ Harvey guy, and then all of a sudden people call me a hater because I say, hey, RJ needs to be better than 2 yards a carry. He needs to be better, and if I'm a team facing the Denver Broncos, I say I'm not letting Bo Nix beat us. I'm not letting Cortland Sutton beat us. I'm not letting Evan Ingram beat us. If someone auxiliarily beats you, then okay. If RJ Harvey beats you, okay, you got us, kid. Good job.
What I say all the time, shake his hand and say, didn't think you could do it. Congratulations on doing it.
Good job.
Well, and to your point, I'm just looking this up, and this is just a quick Google search, but CBS Sports has the numbers. 34 explosive runs this year for the Broncos. To your point of, like, beat us with the run game, we don't think you can. Of those 34, 28 of those have been Bo Nix or J.K. Dobbins. So it leaves us with what? 5-6 split between running backs and wide receivers. 2 of those are the big runs you've talked about with R.J. Harvey. So now we're down to 3 different explosive plays outside of Bo Nix or J.K. Dobbins, and 2 big plays from R.J. Harvey. I hate to say you're 100% right on that because it stinks that it's that simplified of how you beat the Denver Broncos, or at least give them a look that can confuse them, because I think you're 100% spot on. I'd probably lean into the same way of, we know you can't rush for 100 yards. We know that you're struggling to find a running back that can fill that void. We're going to take everything away from your quarterback who you love so much and dare you to beat us. It's also a challenge to Sean. They're going to give you that. Are you going to take what's right in front of you? Yep. Or are you going to be too stubborn like he has been in the past? He's been better the last couple of weeks, but like he has been in the past, to go, oh, no, you think your pass defense can stop my pass game? I'll show you. And then we have a 10-7 game at halftime, like Cliff suggested.
Right. I don't want to see that.
No.
I don't want to see this Broncos offense kind of derailed by a bad team. And, yeah, average defense, whatever. They're a bad team. They're a horrible team. And if you're playing in Vegas, you're basically playing in front of a Broncos crowd.
Yeah.
50% Broncos, 40% Broncos, whatever the number is. That's what you're going to do. So go out there, and I would love a 35-0 game. I would love it. It's not my mile high moment. It might be. Oh, God. Kev had it.
Uh-oh.
Kev, you can't have had 35-0.
You never know. Did you see Sean running away with my play sheet the other day, too?
I saw that, yeah. That was your mile high moment sheet.
That was my mile high moment sheet.
Right. What's he doing, man? What are you doing, Hans? But to me, clown hammer this team, man. You just should, and it would feel great if you could do that.
Yes, it would. So good stuff from Mike Cliss. We'll reset some of the things we learned from Mike a little bit later on. Real fast, going back to the Nuggets last night. Got the W. Jamal went nuclear, 52 points. Shout out to the
amazing.
Blue Arrow. Even did the Blue Arrow, which was very cool. Did you hear postgame as to why he did the Blue Arrow?
Yeah.
Little kid, Nuggets fan, sitting courtside. Shout out to his folks. Sitting courtside not only asked Jamal to get 50, then asked to see the blue arrow symbol to celebrate the 50, and Jamal obliged for the young man.
Okay.
Then gave the kid wristbands.
Right.
I think he gave him, autographed the wristband, and then gave it to the young man.
Nice.
Very
Okay.
cool moment.
So he
for him.
had the young Suns fan, I believe his name was Sterling, right? That went viral.
Yeah.
Because he's
That's
eating a
right.
popcorn and he just waves. The cutest kid ever,
Oh, he's
right?
so cute,
Cutest
yeah.
kid ever. That kid, that's the Nuggets version.
Mm-hmm.
Get him wherever.
Yeah.
Make him travel wherever.
This
and
dude
then
talking to Jamal.
Yeah. Hey, Jamal, give me 50 tonight.
That's a great idea.
All I'm saying is the Suns hooking it up for little Sterling. I believe his name was Sterling. Cutest kid ever.
He is the cutest kid ever.
Yeah. So, like, they hooked it up for him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, Nuggets. I know KSC can be a little cheap, but I wouldn't mind seeing that kid courtside again.
I mean, look, kids sitting courtside on December 3rd. I think parents probably got a little bit going on. Maybe they can ship him out from time to time. Just put him on the bird. Let him hang around with the Nuggets for until June.
And then he can have his own fire truck, right?
Yeah, exactly right.
We're going to get you a fire truck.
It was just a cool moment. And as I said, the defense, it has to be figured out. I do think I'm here. I think I'm just going to lean into this. You're down Christian Brown and you're down Aaron Gordon. Yesterday I said David Adelman won't use it as an excuse. I think it's the only thing I can come. Hey, their two best defenders aren't playing. The next man up mentality, sometimes the next man up is on the bench for a reason. And nobody on that team has the defensive awareness or ability that Aaron Gordon or Christian Brown have. So to say that next man up, I know it's a cute cliche that coaches want to say. That's just not true. It's not going to happen. So let's have a race to 130 for a few weeks, have an offensive party, and then get back to who the Nuggets are come the new year.
I would love it.
All right, we'll get back to some Nuggets conversation a bit earlier. We got to hear from Bo. He had his media availability yesterday as he talks to the media every Wednesday, and we found out he's heard what the haters had to say, and he had something to say to them. Find out what next.
Have the Denver Broncos proven they're capable of making a deep playoff run?
If you can be successful in one-score games, if you can find ways to win different games, fourth-quarter comebacks, overtime win, putting a complete game together, 60 minutes of offensive football, that's what the Broncos have done. They've shown us 5-6 different ways they can win a football game so that you get to yourself in a playoff scenario.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
What's going on, everybody? Philip Lindsay here. And last year, I went a little rogue and dropped a discount code from our friends at Hermes Worldwide. And you guys used it so much, they almost got mad at me. Well, I'm feeling a little spicy again this season. So I'm bringing it back, baby. You can get 30% off your ride to the game with Hermes Worldwide for your entire season. All you have to do is mention the code PL30. Again, mention PL30 when you book your luxury transportation to Empower Field. And contact Hermes Worldwide at 303-577-7600 or visit ridehermes.com/DenverSports. Go Broncos!
Life happens, and then debt happens. Your laptop dies when you need it most. A hospital bill hurts more than an injury. Enter End Credit Union with a free debt consultation and a plan built just for you. End is here to help you break the debt cycle and get your finances on track. Debt happens. End helps. Schedule your free consultation at end.com/coaching. Standard account and credit qualifications apply.
Comcast Business is celebrating the holidays by giving your business the $1,000 holiday bonus when you switch to a gig speed internet package. Just imagine the thousands of possibilities of a $1,000 prepaid card. Like possibility number 12, the new laptop for the office holiday hero. Or possibility number 108, smart speakers to deck those hallways. Or possibility number 192, new equipment for the new year. Or possibility number 555, Bluetooth holiday lights for office decor. Switch to Comcast Business, designed for 100% reliability with business internet and wireless connect, plus advanced cybersecurity, and now get the $1,000 holiday bonus. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 12/14/25. New customers only with 2-year agreement. Requires qualifying gig package. Other restrictions apply.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
Welcome to Blue Sports Stable, Colorado's premier multi-sport destination. Their massive facility features ice rinks, indoor turf, basketball courts, golf simulators, fitness center, and restaurant, all under one roof. Perfect for families and groups with themed public skates, ice bumper cars, learn-to-play programs, birthday parties, corporate events, and team-building activities. Open to everyone. Come play, skate, celebrate, and connect. Visit BlueSportsStable.com and follow @BlueSportsStable on Instagram. Blue Sports Stable, something for everyone.
Hey guys, it's Zach By here. This holiday season, give your home the gift of beauty and comfort with 50-80 Exteriors. For a limited time, enjoy 20% off your windows or siding project. That's right, premium craftsmanship, stunning curb appeal, and energy efficiency. All at a holiday savings you can't miss. Call 5280 Exteriors today or visit 5280exteriors.com to schedule your free consultation. 5280 Exteriors, the altitude of quality. Don't wait. This offer ends soon.
Stop just hoping the right applicants find your job. Sponsor it on Indeed and match with quality talent. Start at Indeed.com/credit. Again, that's Indeed.com/credit.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tomorrow on 104.3 HD3, DU hockey skates with Miami, pregame starting at 6:30. Saturday morning on 104.3 HD3, DU women's basketball faces Idaho with pregame starting at 11:30. On The Fan, home of the Colorado State Rams, CSU basketball faces CU with pregame starting at 2:30.
One of Newsweek's best regional banks and credit unions. Learn more at WistaraCU.com.
Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents Dover and Cecil.
What's Bo Nix have to say to those that still do not believe? Well, we're going to check in with the quarterback here in just a couple of minutes. Still want to hear from you guys on the RamosLaw.com text line at 303-713-1043. Put your name on the end of your text, and then the same rules apply over on the YouTube stream. We're back up and running over there, so hit us up, Denver Sports YouTube. And then click the Dover and Cecil stream. You're in like that. I've been saving this text so we can read it real quick before we hear from Bo. Tribe roll call. It's from our guy Dion. He's with Jeffco Schools. He's out plowing the football fields for football teams playing in state championships this weekend. So good luck to Pomona and Windsor. They're going to do the dance in the 3A side. Dakota Ridge and Palmer Ridge. South side getting represented there. They're going to do it in the 4A side, and then the 5A, of course, is Cherry Creek. They're always there. And Ralston Valley going to get a chance to compete against the Bruins of Cherry Creek. So fun stuff this weekend. I know these are huge moments for parents, these athletes that are going to be competing in this. Hey, man, you're talking to a couple of guys that didn't get to do anything after high school and still have a ton of those memories. So enjoy it. I know everybody's going to want to win, but you're literally creating the best sports memories of your entire life right now. So try to take a second to embrace that and enjoy what you've accomplished this season. So Pomona, Windsor, Dakota, Palmer Ridge, Cherry Creek, Ralston Valley, good luck to all those young men out there that are fighting for a state championship.
Yeah, it's I played in a state championship, and it was in Grover. We got waxed by a Rickery, but we weren't even supposed to be there. We were 4-4 during the regular season.
Nice.
And we roll into Weldona. Take that, Weldona. And we figured out, Orlando, and Orlando was one of my friends, Orlando Toralba. We're like, just go hammer Orlando, and he doesn't like to get hit.
Nice.
We did that. We beat Weldona. We traveled to Idalia. And in six-man football, there's a 45-point rule. If you get up by 45, they call the game.
No way.
So we had, Kevin running plays. Kevin was playing, on the offensive line. we had him playing running back. You know what I mean? We just started switching up because
hey, who wants to do whatever?
We went and 45-point ruled one of the best teams in the state in 6-man in their place.
That's sick.
And just because of, I don't know, whatever, scheduling, but the state championship was in Grover.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the biggest thing ever. We lost, but I'll never forget it, man. If you're playing for a state championship, go get that thing. Because I still hate Rickery to this day for kicking our ass up and down the field.
Tough pill to swallow in the moment, but now you're like, hey, I made a run to a state championship.
Yeah, and I did it.
That's cool, dude.
I always share the story. I had Sal and Essie's initials on my wristband as a quarterback.
Yeah.
And, we love CU in the day. We love Pritch. We love Big Al. We love CU. It was bigger. They were bigger than the Broncos. And they were kind of our inspiration of just let's make a run. And we did it our biggest guy was Big E. He was 155.
Yeah.
That was our biggest guy.
Yeah. That's soaking wet, too, 155.
Yeah. And I was 135.
Oh, dude.
If that tells you anything about the tininess involved.
It's just cool, man. I love high school sports, and I love the moments that those guys are making. And then now the fact that my lady's working around high school sports to know how much it means to all these families and parents and stuff, it's just cool. So good luck to all the kids, and no bat dads out there. Everybody celebrate and handle losses in the right way, please. All right, let's talk about Bo Nix and their 2 losses that they've had to handle this year. Bo was asked an interesting question yesterday, and his answer, it's a little long here. It's a couple minutes that we're going to hear Bo talk, but I love this answer. It's not cliche. He gives us a kind of his perspective of how it feels and if he can appreciate being 10-2.
Absolutely. I think the worst thing you can do is let other people tear down a 10-2 record, whether it's saying you don't play anybody or you're just relying on defense or whatever negative somebody's going to put on a positive. It's always going to happen, and we don't really worry about it. We're just excited. We know we've come a long way. This franchise and organization has had some great years, and then went into a little lull there for a minute, but then it just takes a couple guys. We get it back on track, and all of a sudden we're 10-2 and right where we want to be in every aspect of our season. And everybody can talk about a 10-2 record and make excuses of why we have it, but you still have to win games. You're still playing NFL teams who pay their players just as much as we are paid. So I think it's important to not lose track of that, and it's a good perspective to have that no matter what's going on, you've worked hard and you've got yourself to a 10-2 record, and we believe we could have been even better. And so it's all about moving forward. It's the next mentality, next game. And, we got an important one this week, divisional game on the road. Those are always important to go out there and get. They're a tough team. They're a hungry team. They have veteran players who are going to play really hard. And I think at the end of the day, you just got to keep moving on. But at the same time, don't forget, how far you've come and where you are as a team. And it does make coming to work a little bit more exciting. It does make, finishing out this season gives you something to look forward to and play for. And there's a lot of good that comes from looking forward to something and playing for something.
All right, so you can kind of get the vibe there, but what he says up front there about the perspective of them and him appreciating 10-2.
Right.
When I heard that last night, listening to the pressers, I kind of went into that same mode of let me appreciate for a second. And I think we all can take a moment to step back and do that. And some people are better at that than others. I think you're really good at that. I struggle with it at sometimes of yeah, but it's not this. And I want 35 points every game.
Yeah, right.
I got to check myself sometimes.
Right.
And that answer is really good at doing that for the perspective. Has it been pretty every week?
No.
Of course not. But, man, check this out. They're 10-2, Cecil. It's December 4th, dude. We're in the holiday spirit, right? We're getting ready for freaking Christmas.
Yes.
Dude. I love Christmas. They're 10-2, and we're getting ready for Christmas. They have a franchise quarterback. Tell me they don't, and I'll tell you you're a fool and don't know anything about football. They have playmakers that in real time are starting to develop into legitimate weapons that multiple teams would love to have on their roster. So 10-2, franchise quarterback, weapons that are developing and evolving in real time. They have the coach, right? I have questions about the coach. I've shared those on this show several times, but I don't doubt whether or not he's the right man for the job. So you put all that stuff together, 10-2, franchise quarterback, playmakers in real time becoming legitimate offensive weapons across the landscape of the NFL, and a coach that flipped the culture, kept the culture, found the quarterback, and continues to march this thing in the right direction. Can we take a damn second and be happy with what we got?
I think so. I think we can take plenty of seconds, and too many people out there are focused on what they're not doing. Well, what they're not doing yet, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that extra gear. Bo Nix starts playing like he has the last couple of games. That's the extra gear. Mace had it last night. The extra gear is R.J. Harvey getting it.
Yeah.
Extra gear is more Evan Ingram. Extra gear is Marvin Mims doing something. He's still angry. He still wants the ball. Marvin Mims is a key for this team. They better get it. They better figure it out because Mims is a playmaker, and they're right there. And in a league where you're looking for reasons, why are the Patriots so good, and people just ignoring who they've actually played, people are ignoring the Broncos, and I'm okay with that.
I am too.
Because it's just sweeter.
Honestly, kind of prefer it. Honestly.
You know what's really sweet for me? And I'll say this, well, they're doing show prep right now, so they'll be offended.
Yeah.
Get as offended as you like. When the chuckleheads that were against Bo Nix, that are always just like so down on him because of Todd McShay or even their own evaluations. There's some that, profess to make evaluations and then had a terrible evaluation on Bo Nix. Those guys right now falling in line and being like, we love Bo Nix. And we know it's not true. We know it's not true. You can't lie to Broncos country. You can't fake it.
Nope.
And there's too many people out there, and the national media, they don't pay attention to Bo Nix. If you paid attention to Bo Nix, you'd see the special talent this young man is. And that doesn't take anything away. Drake May is a special talent and physically gifted and all these sorts of things. Like, it doesn't need to be a Bo Nix versus Drake May thing. It's a Bo Nix versus himself. How good does Bo Nix want to be?
The best.
What's he going to be then?
I think he's going to be one of the best.
Okay, ask without hidden motive and be surrounded by your answer. Do you think Bo Nix feels like a champion?
Right now?
Mm-hmm. He feels like he can be a champion.
Oh, yeah. Of course he does.
Then guess what he's going to do?
He doesn't come across as...
Right.
He oozes confidence when he needs to.
Right, and that's the thing about these athletes is like they need to see it before they achieve it. When those guys that have the great vision like Bo, he answered the phone. Do you want to win a Super Bowl?
Dude, to me, it's like...
I don't ever call Kev. I don't call you. If I call you,
I'll answer because I know
pick me up on the highway or something like that, right? But if I call Kev, I want him to be like, "You want to win a Super Bowl?"
That's actually a pretty good way to answer.
Kev, when you answer your phone, Pops calls, Mom's calls, your lady calls. Like, I need you to answer the phone like that. You want to win a Super Bowl?
Mom calls. What do you want for Christmas? Hi, Mom. You want to win a Super Bowl?
Has Kevin ever called your phone?
I don't think so.
Nice.
I don't think
Kev.
so. Yeah.
Let's call right now. See what my ringtone is.
He's very good because he knows how I feel about talking on the phone. So when he does need to call me, he'll shoot me a quick text. Hey, I got to call you. Could you have a couple minutes to chat on the phone? I'm like, thanks for the heads up. Very nice of Kevin.
I got like 30 seconds. That's all I need.
Yeah.
Can you do this? No. Okay.
I appreciate that, though. I appreciate that. My buddy Ken does that, where he
it's nice.
Send me a message of like, hey, can you talk? And if I can, I can. If I can't, I can't.
Well, and especially like us four. I see you fools plenty, right? Like, we see each other enough.
Yeah.
We talk enough.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be all day, every single day. I like that about us. And plus, I take my nonsense to Twitter most of the time anyway. All right, let's check our X, what we do around 11:40. Always like to have some fun with that. A possible Broncos target come this offseason based off something that happened yesterday in the NFL. We'll get into that next.
Is Alex Singleton playing his way toward Broncos immortality?
He signed a 1-year, $1 million contract, and then all he does is goes on to set the single-season tackle record, and then he blows out his ACL. He comes all the way back, gets flagged for cancer, and then 23 days later, he's back making big plays for the Broncos? This guy is a legend in my book. He is becoming a Denver Broncos legend.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions and bring you a special Black Friday offer.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal. And now, as a special Black Friday offer, you can get a free gutter inspection, plus up to 35% off. This is our best offer of the season. Unlock it now at leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game and the go-to spot for football season, with wall-to-wall TVs, hearty eats, ice-cold drinks, and of course, those scenic views. It's a full-on experience whether you're catching college or pro games this season. Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
Whatever you're looking for when you head out into the wild, keep an open mind. Sometimes the real treasure is the journey itself. Sure enough, there's treasure out there. Sometimes it's something you didn't expect to find. And more often than not, it's as simple as the memories you make. Make some memories of your own with a new vehicle from Corwin Toyota. Family driven for over 100 years.
Samantha Flanagan here for Flanagan Law. If you find yourself in a car accident, do not tell the insurance company you are fine. They will hold that against you even if you end up with medical bills 3 months later. Protect your rights. Look for the Shamrock. Go with Flanagan Law.
Heads up, pros. Now's your chance to unlock deeper savings. The Home Depot's new Pro Extra Preferred pricing can help you save thousands on the products your business uses the most. But the current benefit ends November 15th. Don't miss out. Registration for the new program is free and easy. Just bring your tax ID or business or contractor's license to the Pro Desk. Register now to lock in the best wholesale prices before it's too late.
Happy holidays, Colorado.
Dave, come on. Isn't that a little early?
No. Who wants to wait for savings? No one. Lock in our below-market 4.75 5-year fixed 5.81 APR.
Wait, you have a 4.75% rate fixed for 5 years?
Yes, and it comes with our Lowest Rate for Life program. Our trademark Lowest Rate for Life program allows you to lock in savings today, and if the market does improve after you close, even as little as 0.5%, we can redo your loan with no lender fees and no appraisal fee. And there's no limit to the number of times you can use this. This is the best program in the industry. Plus, our holiday bonus, no payments until January of 26, and access up to $15,000 cash benefits just in time for the holidays. Call us now at 303-LOW-RATE. That's 303-LOW-RATE or online at usmloan.com.
All loans subject to approval and change. See website for complete details. License number 392126.
Marketing can feel overwhelming. Where to start? What works? What doesn't? That's where your marketing experts at DenverSports come in. Audio, video, online marketing, and we know how to cut through the noise so your customers finally hear your story. You don't have to waste time guessing or spinning your wheels. We'll guide you with a proven plan that turns your marketing into growth. Let us handle the hard part. You do the easy part. Head over to DenverSports.com and click Advertise with us and start growing your business today.
Stay up to date on the Broncos with our 9 News Broncos insider Mike Kliss. Presented by Fitness Gallery. Hear the latest from every practice and every game every single week during football season. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan. Don't at me, bro. It's time to check your X.
Why are you stalking me?
No, not that X. Twitter, unfollow. Here's Dover and Cecil to help you swipe, scroll, and screenshot your way through today's top headlines.
Power of social media. I'm on Team Gets It.
Couple things to talk about here on Twitter, X, as we check it every day, around 11:45. I'm seeing a tweet from Ari Mirov of My Sports Update. Does good stuff there. Talking about the Mark Andrews extension. He signed a 3-year extension yesterday with the Baltimore Ravens, and that leads to questions about Isaiah Likely. My Sports Update says Isaiah Likely is set to become a free agent after this season, after the Mark Andrews extension. It indicates that likely will probably be allowed to test the open market and find a new team in free agency. You can't pay everybody, right? And they elected to pay Mark Andrews. You and I both like Isaiah Likely a lot. He's been tight end 2.
Oh, yeah.
Literally his entire career.
John Harbaugh said he was going to be an all-pro.
And now they're picking the other guy.
Now they pick Mark Andrews.
So does that tell you about Isaiah, or is it we just trust? That's weird to say trust with Mark Andrews, but more chemistry, continuity with the guy, and will Isaiah Likely be a hot commodity come this offseason?
So he's so hot right now. He'll be super hot, as he should be. I don't want to scare you, but there was a recent mock draft from Luke Easterling, who I appreciate his draft knowledge.
Okay.
And Luke's a buddy of mine. He's been doing it a long, long time for USA Today. He had the Chiefs getting Kenyon Sadiq at like 15 or whatever.
The Oregon?
Yeah,
tight end?
Oregon tight end. The Oregon tight end that the Broncos need in a bad way. If the Chiefs get Kenyon Sadiq, they take off.
Oof.
Again.
Hate that.
He is a perfect replacement for Travis Kelce. If you feel you can't move up, and I'm talking about like moving a first rounder to move up to get Kenyon Sadiq, and you're going to have to make this decision on Isaiah Likely in March, Sadiq should be your target. Look at what he does at Oregon. He is a weapon. He is a wide receiver tight end weapon. He is a true joker. He'd be perfect to learn from Evan Ingram and then take over probably next year. If not, if you don't feel or don't want to surrender, because the Broncos are going to be at 32, you're going to have to move up all the way in front of the Chiefs, wherever they're at, 15, 19, wherever the Chiefs end up, not in the playoffs, I hope. You're going to have to move in front of them to get Kenyon Sadiq. I don't know if they want to do that. If they don't have the stomach for that, then you need to be forward-thinking and get Isaiah Likely. Get him. They should have drafted him instead of – I'm sorry, I know he's a UCLA guy and George Payton. George Payton has had some errors along the way, and mainly before Sean Payton. But the whole Greg Dulcich thing, he was always hurt in college. Yeah, he was always hurt in college. You should have had an Isaiah Likely. They've been wrong-headed about the tight end position. What's this garage project in Caleb Lohner? They need to get the right guy. That's either Kenyon Sadiq moving up in the draft from 32, or see what I did there? It's getting Isaiah Likely in free agency.
I don't hate either of those ideas. Isaiah Likely's it feels like plug and play. There's no development timeline that you might have for Sadiq, although maybe it's a little bit elevated with him and the rate that he plays right now. But I'm not against either, and I really, really like Isaiah Likely, man. Evan hasn't done much until this last game in overtime specifically, so something to keep an eye on. They'll have the money to spend, and they'll have some draft capital to move around as well. So should be a fun offseason after a parade. All right, Cecil, we got into this a little bit yesterday, but not on air. Milwaukee and their star, Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's going to be sidelined now for the next 2 to 4 weeks. He's got a right calf strain, but that's not the story. The story is about, is he going to get traded? Is he not going to get traded? It's so weird what's happening in Milwaukee of like, hey, they've started having conversations about what his future is, but Giannis hasn't actually requested a trade. I don't know what Giannis is doing here. I think Giannis is trying to be good guy in the eyes of the Bucks fans, but still get what he wants.
Right.
And I'll be the bearer of bad news for you, Mr. Giannis. You can't be both of those things.
How'd that work for Carmelo?
Exactly.
He gave the Nuggets a year advance notice.
How many people still hate that?
They hate him. And I don't get the hate. Not that I love Carmelo, but people still hate him. And it's like, dude, he gave you a year.
Well, Giannis brought a championship to Milwaukee.
Right.
So in the moment when you ask for a trade, Giannis, they're going to tweet you and you're going to get videos of them burning your jersey and all that stuff that fans do because we're crazy. And then in 10 years from now, when Giannis goes to retire and says, hey, I'm a Buck and going into the Hall of Fame, they all embrace you and love you once again because guess what they won't do in the next 10 years? Win another championship, and you're going to deliver the only one of this millennium to that city. They'll love you forever. I'm actually a little annoyed with Giannis. You can't have it both ways, dude. You want out? Say it. You want to stay and request them to get better? Say that too. But this, I really like you here, but I want to see what the future's all about. No, man. Crap or get off the pot. Decide what you want here.
I always say you can't ride two horses with one ass sugar plum, but he's so tall he might be able to.
Just say I want traded to New York. That's what he wants.
Is there a beast in the East that's brewing? Because the Knicks will do.
If he ends up in New York,
whatever.
It's a problem. As long as they don't give up Jalen or Cat, which they wouldn't, they'll give up a few draft picks, some of those really, really good role players, and then the Knicks become, oh, God, I hate that, what they would become. They'd become unbelievably good.
Would you be mad if I got a Giannis Knicks jersey like the day it happened?
I wouldn't be mad, but I'd be disappointed.
I'm disappointed in you. Hey, the Knicks haven't won.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. They haven't won anything since before I was born.
True.
I was not alive when the Knicks last won the NBA championship,
Wow.
but I'm old.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's been a while.
It's been a minute.
Cease, what's happening on your timeline?
Okay, speaking of basketball, first off, I got to super quick.
Okay.
Red Zone ran 16 advertisements during Week 13 Sunday slate of games.
I thought there were more.
Red Zone initially aired only 4 15-second ads. They're ruining Red Zone.
Because, dude, remember we talked about this to start? They were like, oh, it's just going to be a graphic.
Yeah, right.
Of
and
a
they're still going to be
DraftKings
going,
logo.
and then, hey, DraftKings.
So it was like DraftKings logo scoreboard.
Right.
This last week, because the Broncos played Sunday night, I watched Red Zone all day.
Oh, yeah, it's the best.
Multiple commercials, and it's now voices. It's not.
It's ruined.
Not, what's the guy's name? Hansen?
Scott Hansen.
Not Scott doing a live read.
Get ready for 8 hours of commercial-free football. That's all gone.
Yeah.
It's gone.
16, you said, was the number?
16 advertisements.
So when Roger Goodell said, well, it's still only 0.25%, he was lying just like we said he was back then.
Yeah, okay. Give me that, Jameis. I got a better one.
Stinking Roger.
Okay, very often I have these $1 million ideas.
Yes, yeah.
I need to clone myself. Stokely's going to clone me from all the hair I leave in the studio, but I need to clone myself so I can do everything that I want to do. Because, okay, mini basketball in the living room, right?
Oh, hell yeah.
Like, we all did it.
Yeah.
I knocked over my mom's porcelain rooster. She got mad. I think I got the wooden spoon that day.
Nice.
But, like, we all did it.
This one, dude, they got elevated roofs. This is nice.
Here's my idea. Because three on three, the big three, like, it's all right.
Mm-hmm.
It's all right.
Ooh, a hook shot?
I'm saying 6 feet and under, home mini basketball league.
Dude, that
you would
be
watch it.
Sick.
I would play in it.
Yeah.
It would be so awesome. Then you could have actual home court advantage because you might have a chandelier in the way.
You know how to shoot the angles?
Exactly. You know the angle. You know your house.
I love
You
this.
might have that one China hutch in the way. Like, I think if someone did mini basketball in the living room and they televised it, put it on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's $1 million idea because all of us have done that. I could make that shot. We would love it. We would watch it. Big three's cute. That's nice. It's all right. But I think mini basketball in the living room broadcasted on YouTube would be the next big thing.
Come in here and be like, dude, did you
6 feet and under.
Did you see Joe from Nashville break the ankles of Steve from Kentucky this weekend? Like, that
Did you see him break his coffee table?
Yeah. I'm so into it. There was a kid, he's got to be, this is 4 or 5 years ago. So he's a little bit older, obviously, now, but he was doing during the pandemic home videos of dunks on his home rims.
Oh, nice.
And he's like kissing the rim, dunking one.
Yeah.
It was so cool.
Yes.
I still have a mini hoop in my house that I play with pretty regularly.
I've often thought about stealing the mini hoop that we have in the studio.
One. I have that one at home. And it comes with a real ball and everything.
I suppose I'll buy one on Amazon.
Yeah, they're only like $30 or
But
something.
the ceilings are too low in here. But imagine one-on-one, 6 feet and under.
Dude.
Home
You got
mini
something here.
basketball.
This is a great
It's $1 million idea.
Yeah.
I'll be the commissioner, and I'll be better than Adam Silver because he's the worst commissioner in sports.
No doubt about that. I'd sign up for it. I'd not only play like you said, I'd be watching it pretty regularly.
We could have a tournament.
Well, plus, like, we're all in it, so we get to roast each other for the mistakes that we make during the tournament.
It's so awesome.
Oh, it'd be great.
Mini basketball hoop, man.
Let's get it done.
Yes.
You know
Not dunk ball. Dunk ball's different. If it's on like a 9-foot rim, that's more like basketball. This is its own thing.
You know, have you seen guys do their garage with the mini hoop?
Yeah.
But then they paint a basketball floor.
Yes.
So I'm like, how much room do I have in my garage? I'll brush the car off every
Maybe
winter.
the Subi has to park outside.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Can you ask her, though? I'm not going to ask her. Sure.
Maybe it's for our business idea.
There we go.
Right?
If we're making money,
You're co-commissioner.
she can't say no.
Right.
That's exactly right. That's what's on our timelines. We have fun every day at 11:45 with some Twitter. He's at Cecil Lammy. I'm at Joshua Dover. If you want to follow along, hit us up over there. Let's get to our lunch hour. We call it the third quarter, and we want to get back to Bo Nix. He's passed the eye test the last couple of weeks, but does that have to be better to go on a deep playoff run? We're going to answer that and celebrate the 50 burger that Jamal dropped last night, coming up next.
Does David Adelman need to take a page from his predecessor's playbook?
When you look and listen to David Adelman, do you feel like you are looking and listening at a guy that's going to be able to get on guys and do so in a way that they're going to respond? Malone could be intimidating.
Yeah, I don't know.
Can Adelman get the message across when the effort is bad?
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Brandon Stokely here for ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Cold weather's coming fast. Do you have a game plan for winter? If your heating system is more suited for the bench, now is the best time to upgrade your system with the best pricing of the year. Take advantage of tax credits and energy rebates before they run out. Only from my team at ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Now play that jingle.
HVAC service, installation, repair. ROX Rocks Heating and Air.
You've got your whole life ahead of you, so choose a Medicare plan you can count on. And that's what you get with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. With more than 45 years' experience serving its members, United Healthcare has plans with low monthly premiums that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today. United Healthcare Medicare plans. It's Medicare coverage Colorado can count on.
Cake Mortgage Corp. Equal Housing Lender. NMLS number 1734623. Licensed in Colorado by the Division of Real Estate. Terms and conditions apply. These days, we expect everything fast. Streaming, food delivery, even same-day shipping. So why should using the equity in your home to get cash be any different? At Cake Mortgage, we get fast. We just got a client approved for $300,000 in under 24 hours with our Cake Fast Cash program. If you're struggling with high-interest debt, roll it into one low monthly payment and save hundreds or more each month. The best part? You'll keep your current mortgage rate and only pay for what you use. Cake Mortgage. Your fresh-baked fast cash loan is ready to enjoy. So don't wait. Call 720-850-0012. That's 720-850-0012. Or visit cakehome.com for thousands of 5-star reviews.
More than a few of our patients have talked to me about their first time, but it's not the first time you're probably thinking about. It's the first time that erectile dysfunction ruined the moment. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if you're over 50, it's likely you've had that first time yourself. But the good news is that if you're like most men, that first time can be the last time that ED impacts your sex life. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, we're experts in treating ED. We've treated tens of thousands of men using protocols with success rates well over 90%. And those treatments have, in most cases, made sex great again for both them and their partners. You could even find that you're performing like you haven't in years. So if ED has been affecting your intimacy, it's time to make the last time that happens the last time that happens. For just $99, you'll receive blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you.
Hey, it's Mike Evans with Todd Whalen from Advanced Tax Solutions. Well, Todd, it couldn't last forever. The government shutdown is over. The IRS is back and ready to roll. What does that mean for folks who have an IRS bullseye painted on their back?
Well, Mike, we've seen this once before. They were completely closed during the pandemic. And what happened? They came out with their gloves on and started levying people. So now, if you have an IRS problem, it's way better if you can get a solution before you get the levy notice. You have more options, you have more time, we have the ability to do a better job. So if you're ready and it's time to get this IRS problem off your back, now's the time.
All right, Todd, I get it. The IRS is back. They mean business, but you know what? You mean business too. You've been doing this for a long time. You're ready to help folks out with all of their IRS tax issues. Give Advanced Tax Solutions a call today, 303-753-6040. That's 303-753-6040.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tomorrow on 104.3 HD3, DU Hockey skates with Miami, pregame starting at 6:30. Saturday morning on 104.3 HD3, DU Women's Basketball faces Idaho with pregame starting at 11:30. On The Fan, home of the Colorado State Rams, CSU Basketball faces CU with pregame starting at 2:30.
One of Newsweek's best regional banks and credit unions. Learn more at WistaraCU.com.
Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents Dover and Cecil.
Can I kick it? Yes, you can. Can I kick it? Yes, you can.
Murray over Furpy. Got it. Murray's in the lane. Leap and lean now. That's good, too. Jamal Murray now with 33. Good screen by Valanciunas. Murray pulls the trigger and bam! Knocks it in. Murray steps back and nails it. So Murray with 41 now. Murray corner. Yes! Jamal Murray! Get out the marshmallows. He's on fire!
He was on fire last night.
Get out the
Murray.
marshmallows.
Good stuff there from Chris Marlowe, the Altitude broadcast team, the
he's the
TV
man.
side, getting it done.
Yeah, he's the man.
They're great, man. They're great people. Good game last night. Nuggets get a victory over the Indiana Pacers. We called for them to go 5-5 in their 10 games leading up to Christmas. Well, here we are with a 1-0 start. The way they were able to get it done last night. Now they'll go to Atlanta to take on the Hawks coming up on Friday. It was a little bit of an early game, so maybe by the time you got there, Jamal Murray was already going nuts because we said it earlier, he started hot, man. He was ready to go right from the jump. I said you kind of see him rolling downhill, showing some of that confidence early. When he's rolling downhill, pulls up for a jump shot, shoulder square, that thing's going in, man.
Yeah.
And when he's rolling downhill and not afraid to create some contact and then get his own shot with both hands, he can finish at the rim. It's just absolutely incredible, man. And he's actually really good at it and has been for a while. He can create that own space. He's so good at pivot foot, spin, turnaround, jump shot.
Yep.
But even when he's in the middle of the paint and it's like the way he can move the ball while he's creating space to get that shot up, he's just really, really good at ISO situations, even with a bigger defender, creating enough space to get that jump shot off. And at the rate he was shooting last night at a 90% clip, it's going to be pretty hard to stop.
I like when he's either at the three-point line or let's say like elbow extended and he does the jab step. He can create his own space, and then when he's hitting those long twos, you know he's hot. And last night he was amazingly hot and just kind of in the zone. And the great thing, there's multiple great things about Joker, but Joker so recognizes when other guys on the Nuggets are hot, and Joker will be the ultimate facilitator, of course, as he often is. But it's great to see that he can still be a dominant player, get his almost another triple-double, still leading the NBA with, 11 of those things? 11. It's December.
Yeah.
Just turned the calendar. But he also recognizes, hey, Jamal's on fire. Let me get him the ball. And the way that those two, best two-man game, and I couldn't stand him, full disclosure. John Stockton, Karl Malone had a great two-man pick-and-roll game.
Yeah, he did.
This game is better.
Yeah. And you know what? To your point about Joker, like feeding the hot hand, I actually think it's like a moment of relief for him. Like, oh, I don't have to do everything. Great. Let me just give this guy the ball and rebound the few misses that he's going to have.
Right.
I think if you ask Nikola Jokic, hey, how do you want your triple-doubles to be? 30, 10, and 10 with points at the 30? And he'd go, no. It'd be great if it were like 12, 15, and 18. 12 points, 15 assists, and 18 rebounds.
Oh, yeah.
That's more of what Nicole's looking for.
Yeah.
And last night, it just lined up like that.
It lined up perfectly for the Denver Nuggets, who needed that. They needed the bench to come through. We'll praise Payton Watson for his fourth quarter performance with some defensive effort there. Also a big layup there as, Indiana's kind of hanging around, if you will. And it was Teamy Hardaway. It was Brucey B.
Yeah. Bruce
feeling
had a great
better.
game.
He did have a great game, and he's going to have those games, right? And that's where, especially because he's a fan favorite and we love him. We love Cowboy Bruce.
He's got a Nuggets tattoo. He's good in my book for
when
life.
he has an off night, as he did when he was sick a couple of nights ago, it's always so forgiving. We're so forgiving with Bruce because we know that he's going to come back, he's going to make it right, and he more than did that against the Pacers.
Yeah, he was great. Tim Hardaway early making some of those big shots.
Cam made some early shots too.
Cam, again, got to get a little bit more comfortable, but we're giving him until Christmas to figure that out. Going back to Jamal real quick, only twice in NBA history has a player scored 50-plus points and made 10 threes on 90% shooting. You know who they were? Jamal Murray and Aaron Gordon. And they've happened within the last 2 months of each other.
Yeah, back in what, October or whatever for AG?
October 23rd for AG. It was in San Francisco playing against the Warriors. So that was outstanding. Now, this season, the Nuggets have had 3 different 50-point scores. You mentioned the AG back on October 23rd against the Warriors. Joker did it against the Clippers back on the 12th. And then here last night on the 3rd. So October, Aaron, November, Nikola, and December, Jamal, 50 burgers for each one of them.
And usually it's Nikola that makes the history, but I've got some history for you as well with Jamal.
Share.
In NBA history, only 3 players have had multiple road games with 50-plus points on 75% or better shooting.
Wow.
Only 3 players have done it. Will Chamberlain with 3.
Okay, I've heard of him. Yeah, he's good.
Michael Jordan with 2.
Heard of him.
Jamal Murray with 2.
Wow.
Road games, 50-plus point on 75% or better. Jamal Murray matched Michael Jordan.
Jamal Murray's on a list with Wilt and Michael. That's pretty damn sweet right there. You're right. Usually that's a Nikola list.
Right.
And now Jamal Murray
And
has
it's
earned that.
specific. It's road game, 50-plus, 75%. Yeah. What an amazing night for Jamal.
I have something on my Twitter that just popped across my timeline. Someone named, who is this? Spencer Hayes, a lady who's just a big Nuggets fan.
Okay.
She tweeted out, there's levels to this. And on her left-hand photo is the picture of the box score that Jamal Murray had last night. 52 points. 10 three-pointers made, a 76% clip shooting, not just that's everything with free throws, field goals, and threes. 10 of 11 from 3, as I mentioned there. The 4 assists, the 6 rebounds. He had a steal. He was plus 23 in his minutes played. 25 shots, dude, to get to 52 points. I always tell you, we got to watch Jamal's efficiency. It does not get any better than that. He took 5 free throws, and he made 4 of them. And then what the tweeter put out is a box score of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's last 55-point game, where in that game, he took 31 shots to get there. He did have 2 more rebounds, 5 assists in that game. But Cecil, I told you Jamal was 4 of 5 from the free throw line. In SGA's last 55-point game, 23 made free throws on 26 attempts. And so the texter, or the tweeter, is 100% right. There are levels to this. Jamal's a hooper. SGA's a foul-chasing merchant that nobody wants to watch play basketball.
What was the conversation about, like, hey, you have a team that is going to challenge for 73 wins this year. And I still love that Golden State got 73, and then MJ got to tell one of their owners on a private jet, like, 73 doesn't mean S.
Yeah,
because they didn't win it.
I told you the T-shirt that I saw was great. That it was 73 and 9 is nice, but 72 and 10 has a nice ring to it. And I'm like, that's all. I'm always gonna say that when
that
you
is
bring
awesome.
up those 73
so
wins.
What is OKC gonna win, and why aren't people paying more attention? Do you know the answer?
Why?
People say it's a style of play that outside of Thunder fans, the fans don't like. Now that's their opinion. I'm not sure of that, but. I mean, shouldn't we be talking more, like, nationally about a team that's probably going to shatter 73?
They just don't move the needle, though. You're right.
75? That's even probably on the low end. They could seriously win single-digit or lose single-digit games.
I would say that my Twitter is mostly basketball.
Okay.
Right?
My Twitter is mostly Latina baddies, but yes.
Oh, see, I like yours better. Is there basketball playing Latina baddies? Because that could be a game changer for me.
Let's make it happen.
But my timeline is a lot of NBA. I get a lot of NBA news on my Twitter timeline by design. I don't know anybody, and again, I'm not in Oklahoma. I also hate them, so it fits my algorithm. I haven't seen any pro-Oklahoma City tweets. I see a bunch of anti-Oklahoma City tweets, and then the hillbillies that are the fans there are trying to argue for their team in the comments, but I don't see a lot of pro-Oklahoma City tweets.
It's just weird for a team that's a machine and built the way that they are that they don't get more, like, love as a defending champion. You know, forget championship hangover. They're going to be there at the end. Denver, you've got to be better.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So Jamal did his thing last night, handling his business. So, Cecil, are we in store for a Denver Nugget, not named Nikola Jokic, he'll be there too, but a Nugget that can actually join Nikola Jokic at the All-Star game this year. Is that what Jamal Murray is on his way to doing? Averaging just south of 24 points a game, 6.5 rebounds. He's dishing out, 6.7 assists, and he's grabbing 4.5 rebounds. Those numbers are pretty good. His points per game, which is what a lot of fans are going to look at, is good for 8th in the West. There's a couple of guys that I think are better than him. We talked about Devin Booker and James Harden. They have their own shoe. That goes a long way with casual fans that are going to vote on this. You also have to keep in mind it's a round-robin format with 2 U.S. teams and an international team this year in the All-Star, that little tournament going down.
Yep.
So they got to build an international team. You'd imagine Jamal Murray's going to be a part of it.
Yeah, Jamal Murray being a part of that. Now, are you ready for my very emotional Jamal Murray opinion?
Yes, please.
Okay. We're all familiar with Mount Rushmore, right?
Yeah.
You've got your 4 favorite presidents on it and 4 best presidents of all time. Don't at me, bro. Whatever.
Yeah. Have you ever been to it?
Been close.
Okay.
Rapid City up at rodeos growing up on the rodeo trail with Dad.
I have the internet, so yeah, I've seen it.
Okay, yeah. So there's a Mount Rushmore for the Denver Nuggets. Jamal Murray is not on that.
No.
But if you were to have a backup Mount Rushmore, like the next 4, like top 10, let's just say 10. If you want to go 10 instead of 8.
Oh, like the 10 best Nuggets?
Yeah, he's on the list. He's on the list.
Yeah.
He's on the list, and he's climbing. I don't think he ever gets in the top 4, full disclosure. But if you had a Kev, I already know your backup Mount Rushmore. You don't need to tell me. But, like, if you had another 4 presidents, if you had another 4 Nuggets that were outside of the Mount Rushmore, Jamal Murray, and it's more than just this game, but this season, the way that he's so serious about basketball this year, in a way that we really haven't seen as much with Jamal Murray. We're not saying top 4. But if we say top 8, we all have to nod our heads. And I know that you've had very fair issues with Jamal.
Yeah.
You've been very fair with Jamal. Others just blow bubbles or whatever. You've been fair with Jamal. But the way that he's playing and what he can be and continue to be, again, I don't think he ever cracks the top 4. And maybe he's 8 right now instead of 5. But he's moving on up with his play.
I will tell you this, and this might surprise you and everybody out there that dubs me the Jamal hater. They win another championship this year, and he's putting these sort of numbers up. He gets to 4.
Whoa.
He gets to 4 at the end of this year. If
And you're saying that.
Yeah. Because we're talking about championships, right? I know ring culture is a sensitive subject, and everybody thinks that carries so much weight. Yeah, it does carry weight. You know why they play sports? Well, 1, to make money, but 2, to win championships. So it should carry a lot of weight. You can go through it. The Dan Issels, the Alex English, the Fat Levers, the Dikembe Mutombos, the LaFonso Ellises, the Mahmouds. Dude, I wanted to be Mahmoud when I was a kid.
Right.
Like, there are a ton of names that you can talk about. But, dude, if they've won multiple championships and then you and I are having conversations and we're hanging out with the tribe out at a bar, you go, hey, they won 2 championships. Who were the 2 best players when they won that championship? The answer is Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray. If that's the consensus by everybody, there might be a couple of turds in the punch bowl that want to argue just for the sake of argument. But, like, if that's the majority of the answer, how is he not top 4? 2 championships and he's the second best player on it? It'd be pretty hard to get him out of the top 4.
And I say this lovingly for all-time greats like Alex English, right? And he's obviously on the Mount Rushmore. There's zero question about that. I say it lovingly for the Nuggets legends that we know and appreciate. They never won anything until Nikola. And that's why he's won.
Yeah.
He's George Washington minus the wooden teeth. So weird. Okay, Jamal can be 4. He's not 4 now.
Am I out of line in saying that?
He's not 4 now, but if they get another ring, I concur. Touche. I'm very brother, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for many reasons. But I'm a little shocked you said he could be 4.
Like I said,
They win another ring.
They win another
He's
championship.
4.
Yeah.
I believe him, yo. I don't know why, but I do.
Yeah. One of our texters says, I think I might have influenced your hate for Jamal. When he played in L.A. that last playoffs, I kept on asking you why Jamal's fat. Look, nobody plays a role in it. I was giving an opinion. That's what we do here. And my opinion happened to be a little harsh. And it wasn't like, well, I mean, he did go to Kentucky. But it wasn't like this, hey, I just don't like Jamal Murray. You know what it actually was? I know how much talent's in that dude. I know what that guy can look like. And so when I know what he can be and then I see what he is not, I get pissed, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, as
Because
first,
you would kill for that sort of
I
talent.
was going to say, first as a fan, but then second as
a hooper.
We're all these weekend warriors that never could.
Right.
I'm the hooper that can't. He's the hooper that is and can,
Mm-hmm.
and then kind of, and he's not the only athlete that does this at all. It turns into work for everybody, but
Sure.
like almost overlooks what God has given him. And then that pisses me off because I'm like, man, the world would kill to
wish
have
I
that
had
talent
that.
inside of your body. So
Yeah.
to me, it's like, it's like I'm frustrated with him not embracing it enough, but that's why you and I have been so pro Jamal this year. He has embraced it. He stuck around this offseason. He chilled in Denver, man, way more than he's done in the past. Got his body right. Yes, he's dealing with an ankle right now. They're pro athletes. It's going to happen. So I'm going to give credit when credit is due. I'm not dying on a hill. I'm not one of these old-time fuddy-duddy broadcasters that has an opinion and thinks you got to roll with that forever. That stuff's dead and dumb. If something changes, I'm going to change my opinion right there along with it.
I remember when Jamal Murray was drafted, and Big E's a big Kentucky fan. He's like, this guy could be MVP level. He's never going to get it because you never thought a Denver Nugget would be MVP before Nikola. But it's like, Jamal has that. He should be a multi-time All-Star already.
Yes, he should.
And he's not. Now,
Which
whose
it's
fault
his
is
fault.
that? It's
Yeah.
his fault, right? It's not the system. It's not Adam Silver, even though he's terrible.
Yeah.
Hey, Nosferatu, wake up. Like, he's terrible commissioner. But it's nobody's fault except Jamal's.
100%.
Now, who's driving the car, right? Because I always say in football and in life, but in sports and in life, you looking out the front windshield or are you looking in your rear view?
Never look in the rear view.
I think Jamal is looking out that front windshield, seeing what's in front of him. He's not focused on what he hasn't done. He knows what he's done, and he knows what he needs to do to be better and to cement his legacy. And his legacy is directly tied to Nikola. He will be the scapegoat. If Nikola only gets one ring, and the Nuggets championship is long forgotten by most around the NBA. And it's like, oh, remember that cute time when like 8 teams won in 8 years and whatever, and then OKC won 4 in a row or whatever? Jamal will be the reason why. When someone says, "What? Hey, that Joker guy, the 3 MVPs, the guy was really good. What happened? Why is this guy the best player on the planet by far? He only gets 1 ring." You know what everyone's answer is going to be? Jamal Murray.
Mm-hmm.
If he only gets 1. So you will be the reason why there's another ring, or you'll be the reason why there's not. And
That's exactly right.
I believe Jamal knows that.
I think he knows that for the first time ever. So it's a very pleasant surprise to see him going nuts like that. And like I said, yesterday I was like, I don't know, man. With his injury history, does he even play questionable?
Mm-hmm.
It's such a risk-reward kind of conversation. Well, the reward was 52 points and maybe getting him on
I
track
think he answered
the rest
it.
of the way.
He answered that last night. He answered it for all of us.
Yeah, because can his ankle hurt Friday in Atlanta too? Let's just keep
We just
that thing
need that
going.
little kid.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
just need the little kid on this court side. Like, hey, go drop 50 tonight.
Bring the kid. All right, we'll get back to some Nuggets conversation a little bit later on in the program. I want to talk a little bit about the Broncos injury report. I know Wednesday's injury report, we don't make a ton out of it. Jonah Ellis back. If he does return, is there a snap count on Jonah Ellis? Or because, I mean, what are we talking about? 3 or 4 weeks, right, without Jonah?
Mm-hmm.
Or is he just back as close to 100% as he can be, so there's no limitations for him as a reserved pass rusher?
He's a rotational guy anyway, but he is very, very important. Listen, we can be excited about Q Robinson and his upside. He's not Jonah Ellis right now. Jonah Ellis is very dangerous. If he can only stay healthy, he's going to cost himself some money if he can't stay healthy, because that's the type of guy that you want to keep around somehow, some way. And he's got a couple more years left on his contract, whatever. But much like Riley Moss, where his first 2 years were like, man, the guy's fine. He's hurt all the time. And Riley Moss is good, but he's been hurt all the time. And then this year, not as much. I think Jonah Ellis needs to follow a similar path of like, hey, first couple of years you've been banged up. 3rd year, you better get right, because he's got a lot of dollars in his future because he's such a fine pass rusher. And with that, he's also a run defender. So you don't want – Ashton Jeanty hasn't got going this year. And I blame the Raiders' offensive line. Full disclosure, it's because I love Jeanty and I believe in his ability. And I also think the Raiders was one of the worst landing spots he could go to, much like the Browns were terrible for Shedeur to go to. But that's Shedur's choice because he said no to the Ravens, which is stupid.
The Browns are terrible for pretty much anybody.
The Raiders just drafted him because they drafted it right there. They're going to draft him. Like, Genty's here, and we're not having any conversations about problems with Ashton Jeanty. But you don't want that kid to get going against you on Sunday. So Broncos need to be aware of that. Having Jonah Ellis out there will help you chase Geno Smith into, 3 turnovers?
Hopefully.
And then it'll help you contain Ashton Jeanty.
I mean, that's what we talk about. We not want it to be a snooze fest because, man, you get yourself up by 10, 13 points, take Ashton Jeanty out. They already struggle giving him the ball and getting him involved. They had 31 rushing yards last week, dude. You take that part of away, make Geno, you're down 10. Geno has to now throw the ball. You got nobody to throw it to but Brock Bowers. Your bracket covering him. Yeah, it should lead to some turnovers.
It should. So we'll stay hopeful for that with Jonah Ellis for the rest of the week. And yeah, Friday we'll know more. Friday after the show.
A couple numbers from Bo, and shout out to our guy Kevin figuring this stuff out. Weeks 1 through 10 versus zone for Bo. 63.2% completion, 1,500 yards. We could probably round up to 16. 9 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. Weeks 11 and 13, because he had the bye, against zone. 20 out of 29, a 69% completion percentage for 257 yards. Against the Commanders, 26 out of 40, that's 65%, 289 yards. Didn't have a touchdown and the interception. So this is where I think it's a fun conversation to have, or at least a fair conversation to have of, all right, so our eyeballs have told us he's looked better. These numbers that Kevin gave us show us that he is completing the ball a little bit more. He's getting the ball downfield better than he was than weeks 1 through 10. But how come it's not turning into touchdowns? When will it turn into touchdowns?
Yeah, but sooner the better, right?
I mean, you got the Vegas Raiders in front of you. It seems like a pretty good kind of should be a just what the doctor ordered type of game where you're just throwing it all over the yard against these dudes.
Raiders game notwithstanding, because they're officially terrible. But you're going to have to score against Jacksonville, and their defense is good.
Yeah.
You're definitely going to have to score against Green Bay. The Chiefs are going to give you their best shot, and the Chargers, are always a problem. You haven't beat them yet in the Bo Nix era. You got to go beat the Chargers. So I look at this and say, now's the time. Now's the time, Bo. Bo is a fourth quarter player. We're in the fourth quarter of the NFL season. It's time for Bo Nix to shine and be that franchise quarterback. We said sophomore jump. We haven't got that.
No.
It's coming. He's just been warming up.
If he finishes strong in the last 5 or 6 games, would we still call it a sophomore jump? 6 games good, that's other games bad.
I would. It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Okay.
And the Broncos are set to finish in Santa Clara. So I look at this and I go, okay, now's the time when Bo Nix can shine. They had the bye week. They've self-scouted. They've seen where they need to make those adjustments. And those adjustments come with Bo Nix being that next level, next gear for the Broncos.
All right, Broncos fans, those out in the tribe, how you feeling about it? What do you think over the next 5-6 weeks? Is there another gear? Will Bo be better and more consistent than what we have seen? 2 reminders. Don't forget to get to DenverSports.com and make your fan football pick'ems, at least for tonight's game, so you don't get left out. And got to tell you about our sports equipment drive. We're teaming up with our friends up at Blue Sports Stable in Superior. Love those guys for our Denver Sports Equipment Drive, which benefits Recruiting Classroom. Also, love those guys. Now through December 20th, we're taking donations of gently used or new sports equipment. Most needed items are hockey and ice skates, hockey sticks, football helmets and pads, baseball bats, and lacrosse sticks. So if you have any of those or a couple extra bucks to throw at some of those and donate new items, it would go a long way. For drop-off locations and a full list of needed items, get to DenverSports.com/equipment. That's DenverSports.com/equipment. Tribe helps tribe, man. Let's help some young folks get an opportunity to play sports when finances might keep them away from that. Love it, Blue Sports Stable. Love that Recruiting Classroom is going to be a part of this. All right, we're going to keep the Broncos conversation going, Cease. I want to hear from Sean Payton a little bit. You asked Mike Kliss, hey, why the heck did they sign Elijah Moore, the wide receiver, to the practice squad? Sean was asked that same question. Let's find out why next.
It'll be fine by dusk, but I'm telling you, baby.
There's something in the orange and blue coming to Empower Field next August. Zach Bryan is bringing his With Heaven On tour to the Mile High City, and we want you there.
Let me go.
Download the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan app and click on the contest banner to enter for your chance to win a pair of tickets to the hottest show of the summer.
We're having an all-night revival.
Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions and bring you a special Black Friday offer.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal. And now, as a special Black Friday offer, you can get a free gutter inspection, plus up to 35% off. This is our best offer of the season. Unlock it now at leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
More than a few of our patients have talked to me about their first time, but it's not the first time you're probably thinking about. It's the first time that erectile dysfunction ruined the moment. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if you're over 50, it's likely you've had that first time yourself. But the good news is that if you're like most men, that first time can be the last time that ED impacts your sex life. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, we're experts in treating ED. We've treated tens of thousands of men using protocols with success rates well over 90%. And those treatments have, in most cases, made sex great again for both them and their partners. You could even find that you're performing like you haven't in years. So if ED has been affecting your intimacy, it's time to make the last time that happens the last time that happens. For just $99, you'll receive blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game and the go-to spot for football season with wall-to-wall TVs, hearty eats, ice-cold drinks, and of course, those scenic views. It's a full-on experience whether you're catching college or pro games this season. Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
All of us at Williams Jewelers are proud to have been chosen as the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche.
You see, we're Denver's experts when it comes to ice.
The ice that you wear. I'm Bruce Williams.
And I'm Michelle Williams. And here at Williams Jewelers, you'll find Denver's largest selection of truly fine diamonds and diamond jewelry.
From our legendary Williams Diamond Bar with almost every size, shape, and price range of GIA-graded natural diamonds.
To diamond engagement rings, diamond tennis bracelets and bangles, necklaces and earrings. Our selection is stunning.
And Williams Martini diamond studs are a must for every woman, and we stock every size and price range.
So, if you want to be the star player of the game,
if you want to make the ultimate power play,
give her the only ice that lasts forever. Diamonds from Williams Jewelers.
Williams Jewelers, we can make diamonds a part of your life.
Williams Jewelers in Cherry Creek North on 3rd Avenue between Fillmore and Detroit, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche.
Happy holidays, Colorado. This is David Szymanski with U.S. Mortgages, and after 30 years, we could not be more thankful and grateful to this great state and all the people who have contacted us and trusted us for their loan needs. Remember to take time to reflect on what matters most this holiday season, like family, friends, and God. We are in such a blessed country, and we all have so much to be thankful for. So from all of us to all of you, thank you and happy holidays.
Samantha Flanagan here for Flanagan Law. If you find yourself in a car accident, do not tell the insurance company you are fine. They will hold that against you even if you end up with medical bills 3 months later. Protect your rights. Look for the Shamrock. Go with Flanagan Law.
Ready to find the right candidates for your job posting? Indeed's Sponsored Jobs helps you connect with talent that actually matches what you're looking for. Start at Indeed.com/credit.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tomorrow on 104.3 HD3, DU Hockey skates with Miami, pregame starting at 6:30. Saturday morning on 104.3 HD3, DU Women's Basketball faces Idaho with pregame starting at 11:30. On The Fan, home of the Colorado State Rams, CSU Basketball faces CU with pregame starting at 2:30.
One of Newsweek's best regional banks and credit unions. Learn more at WistaraCU.com.
You're listening to Dover and Cecil on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Cecil, you asked our buddy Mike Kliss earlier about Elijah Moore. And you and I are on the same page.
No,
with
why?
adding wide receivers. Like, what the heck's going on?
Why?
You said it yesterday. Darius Slay was available.
Bill's got him.
Buffalo.
Yeah.
That would have been a pretty decent addition there for the Denver Broncos. If guys like Riley Moss continue to have some problems, you would have something to throw at said problem. But they didn't. They went out and they got Elijah Moore, who is still a younger wide receiver. But there were some questions from you and I whether or not that was the right move or not. It was a question thrown at Sean. Hey, what did you see in Elijah Moore to bring him in and add him to the practice squad?
Well, look, we had some exposure to him, some experience with some guys on our staff. You're always paying attention to that wire, and if someone comes across it that you feel like either can help now or maybe in the future, I think it was more of us looking at a talented player.
So just looking at a talented player, some guys on the staff that clearly sounds like they went to bat for him, like, hey, yeah, he could be someone that we can use. Your question to Mike was kind of similar to that answer of like, it's just a emergency type of thing. They believe he's a good player. He's available. So why not add him to a practice squad to see what it looks like in the future?
Right.
And if that's it, hey, he was free. A couple of our coaches
Talented
really
guy.
believe in him. He's got some talent. You never know what's going to happen. It's football. Everybody gets injured. If that's the reason, all right, cool. I can probably get behind that. I don't feel like that's the reason. I feel like, again, Sean's the spoiled kid with the room full of toys going, I want that toy now. I want that toy now. And don't get that kid that toy.
And it's what's odd is he doesn't fit Sean Payton's prototypical receivers.
Yeah, right.
He likes them trees.
He's a little fella.
Yeah. And Elijah Moore is actually smaller than Marvin Mims.
Whoa, really?
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Yeah. Marvin doesn't exactly tower over anybody.
No, he doesn't.
Except Elijah Moore. So it's like, wait, you don't use Marvin, who's clearly better than Elijah Moore, and yet you grab Elijah Moore? Okay. All right. If it's talented players, Super Bowl, make a run. Yeah, okay. I get it. We're probably not going to see him on the field. I don't think we should, based on I want more Pat Bryant. I want more Troy Franklin. I definitely want more Marvin Mims. Marvin, he needs to be raising the stink. Not many do that in that locker room. It's all for one or all that. But Marvin is too good to be ignored, and they're ignoring him.
Dude,
and that's a mistake.
You haven't said Sutton yet. Who's the number one?
Right,
and
right.
We want more of that.
Exactly. More of that guy, too. So I think there's plenty in line that are more deserving of an opportunity than trying to make Elijah Moore happen. Stop trying to make Fetch a thing.
Mm-hmm.
He's here. He's talented. Keep him on the practice squad. And then, let's see what Marvin can do with more opportunity.
Yeah, we said it. We went through the 8 ways they could find another gear yesterday, and none of them were, man, if they just had another wide receiver that Bo could throw the
That'd
football
be so
to.
good.
None of us said that. So, yeah. All right, if it's just an in case, and hey, we don't want one of our opponents or AFC rivals to go pick a good player that we believe can contribute one way or another at some point, I can get behind that. But to try to force a round peg in a square hole, I just don't know that that's the right play. Hope that's not what they're doing here with Elijah Moore. Another thing that Sean was asked about is the Raiders, when they played back on November 6th, the offensive coordinator at that time was Chip Kelly. And we know what the game was. Very boring, bad, little snooze fest at 10-7. Well, they have Greg Olsen as the new offensive coordinator. Sean was asked, hey, how different does it feel this week now preparing for a new OC?
On offense, look, just having worked against Pete for so many years, there's a certain amount of stress you put on your defense when you're throwing it maybe too, and he wants to establish a running game, and all of that goes into complementary football, time of possession, those type of things. It's one thing I think you could look. Now, I don't, you're still preparing for what you saw last week, what you've been seeing, and then from a kicking game standpoint, the same way. You dive into as much film as you can, and you get your team ready.
All right, so, and I mentioned this already, the production last week with Olsen calling the plays for the first time, 31 rushing yards. Geno was sacked 5 different times. 5 different times.
Yeah.
And the Broncos are pretty good at getting to the quarterback. They're averaging, 4-something sacks a game. So I feel like Greg Olsen is in store for a very, very long day against VJ, that interior defensive line. Even if DJ Jones can't go, I still don't think the Raiders are going to have much success running the football or giving Geno time to get stuff downfield.
Gino will try to be the Temu version of Marcus Mariota. So good luck with that, Vegas. But this is what you get when you get Pete Carroll. It's just they're in kind of an exploratory year of like who's going to fit, who's here, who's not, and then make a move this next offseason in a bad quarterback class. So good luck with that, Vegas Raiders.
Yeah, there aren't many quarterbacks coming out that just fix the Raiders right away.
No.
Guess they can trade for one of the 9 that are on the Browns.
They can go get Mac Jones, right?
Oh, that's true. He's in football rehab right now that everybody believes in so
and he's
much.
on a 2-year contract. Like, what are these teams not signing more of these kind of project backups on 2-year deals? 49ers were smart. They didn't do him on the 1-year deal where he could go make a bunch of money and leave him.
Because now you got to trade for him.
Like Minnesota did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because now you got to trade for him. And if it's a quarterback, you're already getting a premium on the position anyway.
Oh, we're starting at a third.
Wow.
It's price tag starting at a third.
For a guy that might be your backup, but could be very serviceable for
and
you.
Would be better than Geno Smith, because pretty much anybody is.
Is Pete in trouble at all?
No.
They're going to give him the time to rebuild and figure out what this is.
I mean, they need to have a plan post Pete Carroll because he's an older coach, so it's not like he's going to coach for another decade. So
yeah, what has he got, a 5-year plan? What is it? Don't die?
It's a 5-year plan of trying to put something together and then handing it off to God knows who at the time, but that's a Raiders problem. As long as they have problems, I'm okay.
Yeah. I told you earlier, man, I'm actually like, there's a little extra something here on this Raiders game, and it has nothing to do with how they and the Broncos have this rivalry, because that's certainly gone by the wayside a little bit more. I still hate the Raiders, and I hope everybody else does as well, but how much this game means. Dude, this is a must-win for the Broncos. A December, what are we going to be on, 7th? Against the Raiders at their barn, who have 2 wins. It's basically a must-win. You lose this game, you're giving the keys to the car to the New England Patriots and Drake May to control the number 1 seed.
Yep.
You got to get this game.
You got to get it, and if you could look good doing it, that's even better. And that's where style points will matter a little bit, because everyone's waiting, and the Thursday night game is going to be stuck in everybody's craw. That may have just been Thursday night, and that's what I'm hoping. And so you're hoping for a good offensive performance from Bo Nix and company.
Yeah. Sean also talked about a trait that him and Bo share yesterday. He talked about how much both of them hate to lose. Sean said, I hate to lose more than I like to win. I've heard that a bunch from different coaches. And I just think that's a fun kind of getting into the psyche of a dude.
Okay.
Because when I heard him say that yesterday, I asked myself, like, of course, a much lower level up in Northland playing hoops there. I think I kind of feel that way too. The feeling of winning is good. It feels great.
Mm-hmm.
But there's like a cap on that. You can feel good for a day, a week maybe if it's a big game, right? If you win the Super Bowl, you're probably going to feel good for a couple of months with that. But like you can feel good and ride that high for a day, a week, a month. But when you lose, dude, I can remember more losses, maybe not in sports, but like a friendship, a relationship, or something that you lost. That sticks with me way more than wins. Of like, how can I fix that? I can be better.
Right.
That feeling of like, oh, I need to avoid that for the rest of my life.
Failure's the ultimate teacher. When I evaluate talent, I learn more from my misses than I do from my hits. When I hit on a player that I like, I go, yeah, of course.
Yeah, right.
When I miss on a player, I go, what did I miss? What did I see? Like and it's frustrating, but it's also part of what you're going to get when you're playing games or evaluating players who play games or pretty much doing anything in life.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have that. But what do you learn? What have the Broncos learned? It brings up my whole conversation, and this is a larger topic, and we probably won't get to it tomorrow. But I'll just ask the tribe and respond on our YouTube chat and the RamosLaw.com text line 303-713-1043. Are you so superstitious that you wouldn't like a winning streak heading into the playoffs?
Oh, yeah.
Do they need to lose, is my question. I'm not rooting for a loss, but I also understand that with a loss or two, remember, every Super Bowl champion that they've had has had a 2-game losing streak in December. Every champion that has been crowned with the Denver Broncos has had a 2-game losing streak. So I'm just saying, do you need to lose? Would it be a good thing if you lost one of these regular season games? And yeah, New England, whatever. But I'm like, do you need that reset, or are you able to take a Raiders game, which you won, and go, that feels like a loss? Commanders game kind of felt like a loss. Can you take these wins and actually learn from them like you would learn from a loss?
It's a fun question.
I'm just curious.
Yeah, I think it is something I'm going to ask you tomorrow a little bit. Is like, the style points even matter anymore for the Broncos? Just go get wins. We're all cool with that, because go get wins leads to a bye week and sitting pretty come the postseason. So yeah, we can kick that around a little bit more tomorrow. I like that conversation. We will get into our looking around the football world segment here. Also, chance for you guys to ask Cecil some fantasy questions. If you got a player or two or a roster move to make before Thursday Night Football, now's your chance to ask Cecil about it. 303-713-1043. Put your name on your text. Give you a better shot to get your text read here on the RamosLaw.com text line. We'll get to those, and a couple of pieces of history are on the line this season as it comes to an end with sack record in Cleveland and a team sack record here in Denver. What do they have to average to get to it? We'll tell you next.
Join Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan at Blue Sports Stable in Superior for our Denver Sports Equipment Drive, benefiting Recruiting Classroom. We're taking donations of new or gently used sports equipment through December 20th. Head to DenverSports.com/equipment for a list of drop-off locations and most needed items. And help us spread some cheer this holiday season.
A new exclusive offer with an eligible Bank of America Visa credit card is your opportunity to go from cardholder to ticket holder for the FIFA World Cup 2026. For a limited time, when you're approved for a new customized cash rewards or unlimited cash rewards Visa credit card, you're eligible for a chance to purchase FIFA World Cup 2026 tickets. Learn more today at BofA.com/card FWC26. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be the official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026. Bank of America N.A. in partnership with Visa. Terms apply. All rights reserved.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Hurry! It's our last chance to donate for 2025.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first, on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
At Berg Simpson, we are passionate about what we do. We bring that passion and our expertise to the office and courtroom every single day. We're always working hard and are committed to doing everything we can to give our clients the best opportunity to have a great result.
If you've been injured, call Berg Simpson for free now at 303-790-2525. 303-790-2525. BergSimpson.com. Good lawyers changing lives. It's not just a slogan, it's who we are.
For many of us, it's happened before. Your hair is thinning, crowns disappearing. Maybe the hair loss has you feeling your identity is lost altogether. The solution that worked for me, it's an incredible yet simple one-day treatment that starts growing your own natural hair the very next day. And it's guaranteed to grow for life. It's the Advanced FUE from Advanced Hair. We've all seen the pills and lotions that come with monthly subscriptions. They help retain what you have, but what if you want your own natural hair permanently in specific areas? From Advanced Hair's state-of-the-art facilities to world-class Dr. Tanya Paul's, it's not maybe your hair will regrow. It's guaranteed that your new hair will grow. You decide how much, how thick, and where. It's why Advanced Hair is the winner of Westward's Best of Denver. For your free consultation, $250 off and 250 free hair grafts, call 720-459-HAIR. That's 720-459-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
Joel Klatt, the nation's leading voice in college football, joins Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth every Wednesday morning. Presented by Groove Toyota. Here we go. Tune in at 8:10 for exclusive insight, bold analysis, and maybe just a hint of shenanigans. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan. It's Dover and Cecil on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, don't forget, send your fantasy questions in over on the RamosLaw.com text line. You put your name on it, gives you a better shot to get your text read on air. Same rules over on YouTube. If you want to hit us up on YouTube, just search Denver Sports, then click the Dover and Cecil stream, and you are in just like that. We'll get to those questions in just a couple of minutes, getting you set for the weekend that is. Final weekend in most leagues before your playoffs start. I want to talk about a couple of things. I saw this article on ESPN.com, and it's about sack records for Myles Garrett and the Denver Broncos defense as a whole. Quickly on Garrett, he's recorded a career-high 19 sacks in 12 games. Dude, he's been on a tear. This dude has 15 sacks in the past 6 games, Cecil.
Yeah, insanity.
He's nuts, dude. He's got 5 games left, and he needs 4 sacks to break the single-season record of 22.5 sacks, of course, shared with Michael Strahan and T.J. Watt. How is he not going to get this, barring some sort of injury, which, of course, nobody is rooting for? I'm sure TJ and I'm sure Michael will have the little asterisk of, hey, we did it in certain games.
Michael already has it.
There's already one on Michael's.
Yeah.
Thanks to Brett Favre.
Laying down.
But Garrett's going to achieve this, and he is the best at his position.
Why not 25? Why not 30?
I mean, if you got 15 in the last 6, can you get 10 in the next 5?
Yeah.
10 in the next 4?
Exactly. Go get it. Go get as many as possible. So it's interesting to watch. Gives you a reason to pay attention to the Browns other than Shedeur, bringing up the rear. So we'll see if that changes for him. By the way, they opened the window for Deshaun Watson yesterday.
I saw that.
They're so stupid.
Why would they do that?
Cleveland is so stupid because it's like I've never seen a front office, I've never seen a coaching staff almost actively sabotage and be against their starting quarterback. Seriously.
Yeah.
Seriously. One, Shedeur's not good. Okay, let's get that out of the way before Brian starts texting me about manure Sanders. Shedeur's not good, but I'm saying like they are actively setting him up to fail. It's obvious. I watched the film. I watched the coach's tape. You're not doing the stuff that he does and can do. You're almost like square peg, round hole.
Yeah.
But it's done on purpose because they don't want him, because Jimmy Haslam, it's a disaster situation. Again, it was stupid for Shedeur to say no to Baltimore. That's just dumb.
Agreed.
Whoever told him to do that, you're dumb. Stop telling Shedeur to do stuff. And if it was Shedeur himself, then shame on you. You just corrupted your NFL career. But Cleveland is so officially terrible that they are going to activate Deshaun Watson. They've opened up his 21-day window. And it's probably to get him out there because they just don't want Shedeur to be successful. Again, he's not good, but they are not doing things to help him, and instead they're in a way sabotaging him.
Yep. Yeah, Cleveland got a Cleveland. Outside of Myles Garrett, they're a complete disaster and a mess.
Yeah, they're just an awful team, awful city, awful franchise.
Yeah.
Like whatever.
I went to the Pro Football Hall of Fame, so I made my way out there once. And that'll probably be it for me.
Yeah, I don't need to go to I don't need to go to Cincinnati again. I don't need to go to Cleveland again. Like, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good on those places.
Yeah.
Indy's, if it wasn't for the combine, sorry to Indiana, I would probably never go out there.
Yeah. There's a reason I live here.
Because it's beautiful, man. Even when I have to dig out of a snowdrift today, as I had to dig out of a snowdrift before I came into work, It's very windy in Roxborough, and
it wasn't a plow? I assumed a plow got you.
No. It's the wind.
Oh, really?
It's the wind. Yeah. If I don't park my Jeep just where my house is positioned, if I don't park my Jeep in the driveway, it's probably a 6-foot drift.
Damn.
Every single time. Every single time.
Are you back into the driveway guy? Well, you got a hill a little bit.
Yeah. So I got the hill, so I just park, and then I put blocks under my tires so I don't roll down. But it's one of those things, like, I already know I got to park my Jeep. I'm going to have a smaller drift behind me, but I'm not going to have the full drift I would have for the entire driveway.
That's nuts.
Yeah. Craziness.
Is this when you miss your kids? You're like, hey, go out there and dig my car out.
No.
Oh, you wouldn't make Avery, but
I miss BK not having a good snowblower, so I could borrow his snowblower. I seriously need to look into one, because I'm like, I'm getting a little too, like, my back is sore today. I don't.
Yeah.
My neck and my back. How about like Ezel on Friday, right?
Yep.
Maybe I go into the 7-Eleven and give me $150,000, but I'll settle right now for some zigzags and Tic Tacs.
Like, Cecil's on assignment today. He's out there getting a bacchiotomy.
Yeah.
He's taking care of his pain.
Right. No. At my beautiful Roxborough gas station, they have a nice sign that says, "We have eggnog."
Oh, nice.
We have eggnog.
Okay.
Well, just give me some eggnog.
I haven't dipped into
fine.
that yet, but I'm a fan.
Okay.
I'm a fan of a little eggnog.
All right.
Eggnog, Christmas movies on, dude. Yeah. The lady, you're cuddling a little bit. You know what I mean?
Hallmark.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Hallmark movies. That's the play, fellas.
All right.
Don't watch the Elway documentary and Netflix and chill. Put on some Hallmark. And if you happen to shed a little bit of tear, I mean, if you're crying at Turbo, man, like, and listen, I cry at movies all the time.
It was a touching
whatever.
moment, yeah.
I cried at Rise of Skywalker.
Jesus, dude.
Okay.
Again, I don't have much room to talk. I cried at Jingle All the Way
It's
last
the
night.
worst Star Wars film of all time. Maybe that's why I was crying. But like, so I'm not getting you for like crying at a
Okay.
movie, but like you little Hallmark action,
Yeah.
little cuddle, little hot toddies, and then
Yeah.
maybe like a tear.
Yep.
Oh, he's so sensitive, and then all of
Uh-huh.
a sudden,
Oh, yeah.
bow chicka wow
That's
wow.
right. And you're talking about things you can say at the Thanksgiving dinner table. All right, real quick on the last thing on this article. The Broncos, they have 51 sacks in 12 games. They're averaging 4.25 per game. Puts them on pace to tie the single-season record of 72 set by the Bears back in 1984. They have to average 4.2, the same thing they're averaging right now, to tie this record. Are they going to beat this record?
Yeah. Do they need to?
No. Not to get to where they want to go, but I think it's a nice little feather in the cap of the season that is.
Okay. I think the
when we
feather
talked
in
to-
the cap's the Super Bowl, but
Okay. Oh, that's a better one. When we talked to Kliss, though, he was like, hey, I think the 2015 defense was better than what we currently have. I think it's a lot to do with what the secondary was.
Sure.
But, I mean, man, if you're setting, again, I know the asterisk because of the extra game, but if you're setting an NFL record, that's something that you can hang your hat on for sure.
Yeah, you can hang your hat on that and go get it. Go get it as much as you can, because they're always looking to replace you in the NFL. So if you've got something you can hang your hat on, I was part of this defense that did that, then maybe your business decisions are different, right? Contracts are built off this. Like, as crazy it is, agents will use all this kind of stuff. So that stuff maybe not important to me. Agents?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's
They're all
important.
over it?
Yes.
All right, couple quick texts here for you, Cease. Tyler up in Idaho Springs. I bet it's beautiful up there today.
Oh, yeah.
Cecil, I've been playing with Theo Johnson while Waller has been out. Waller is back. Curious which route I should go. And Kincaid is also on the waivers as well. He needs some tight end help.
Yeah, and Kincaid should be playing against Cincinnati in what could be a shootout. So as much as Waller can do, and he just like shows up and starts scoring touchdowns, and I do like him using Theo Johnson. That's smart. Dalton Kincaid's the answer, though. Go get Dalton Kincaid. I got him as the number 7 fantasy tight end this week. Against the Bengals, I'm expecting a shootout.
Okay. So a lot of points could be scored. Our girl Megan in the tribe says, hi, Cecil, Herbert, Mayfield, or Burrow. And in a PPR, I need 3 of these 5. So do quarterbacks first, and then I'll get to the
Okay, Herbert, Mayfield, or Burrow. Herbert's got that wrist thing, hand thing.
Oh, that's right. Broken hand.
Mayfield going against the Saints, which is great, but then you think, oh, well, the Saints might just lay down and they could just call off the dogs, so that might not be as healthy as you think. Bengals and Bills both have to win. That's another shootout potential game. You're going to go with Joe Burrow.
Okay. And then Megan needs help with receivers. She needs 3 from this group.
Okay.
Worthy, McLaurin, Warren, and Bowers, and I don't know.
Warren, Bowers, McLaurin. Those are the first 3. It really doesn't matter what the other ones are. If you've got Warren, Bowers, and McLaurin, Those are your three you're going with.
Who's in your draft, Megan? You just dominated these people. That's a hell of a roster she's got.
That is a great roster, that's for sure.
Nice work. By the way, our guy DY in Monument, where did it go? I cried at the Star Wars Rise of Skywalker too.
It was when Han Solo was there with Kylo Ren. He killed his father, and then like a ghost of Han Solo showed up, and it just hit me because I was just like, I love Han Solo, and when Kylo killed his father in Force Awakens, that was something to deal with, right? And then when he comes back to tell his son, like, hey, you can be good. It's anything father-son or like best friend type stuff. Like Fox and the Hound, I cry to Fox and the Hound all the time.
Yeah.
So anything like that pulls on the heartstrings, father-son, best friend, like that's that'll always get you.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
That's right.
And it's okay to cry. We're all humans.
I've always felt that life is about emotional control, which doesn't mean don't cry. It means know when to feel and how much to feel appropriately. Don't be a baby, don't be a drama queen and just cry at everything. But also don't be this, I totally don't cry, and then have like anger issues or whatever and start hitting your drywall because you don't cry. Like, no, let it out. Have emotional control. That's what being a man is.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
having emotional control.
Yeah, I cry a lot. I get a good cry in once a week or so. Usually it's Law and Order, and I'm just a big fan of Olivia Benson, but I get a cry in, dude.
Oh, my God.
We'll get
You
back.
gotta stop. You gotta stop this.
We'll get back to some of your fantasy questions if we get a little bit more time later on in the program. We did get a chance to talk with our 9 News Broncos insider, Mike Kliss, a little bit earlier in the show. You asked him about what the Raiders' defense is going to look like, and we asked him about why they added Elijah Moore. We'll revisit that conversation next.
Have the Denver Broncos proven they're capable of making a deep playoff run?
If you can be successful in one-score games, if you can find ways to win different games, fourth-quarter comebacks, overtime wins, putting a complete game together, 60 minutes of offensive football, that's what the Broncos have done. They've shown us 5-6 different ways they can win a football game so that you get to yourself in a playoff scenario.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Blue Sports Stable is where our community comes together with ice rinks, indoor turf, basketball courts, golf simulators, fitness center and restaurant, themed public skates, ice bumper cars, and learn to play classes. Join youth and adult programs that keep families active year-round. Host unforgettable birthdays, corporate events, and team-building gatherings with one-of-a-kind activities. Your neighborhood hub for play, learning, and connection. Visit BlueSportsStable.com and follow @BlueSportsStable on Instagram. Blue Sports Stable, something for everyone.
At 303 Law 4040, we know getting into an accident stinks, and so does getting worked over by the insurance company or even your slick-talking made-for-TV lawyer. So if we can help, just give us a call. 303 Law 4040. Save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. That's 303 Law 4040.
You've got your whole life ahead of you, so choose a Medicare plan you can count on. And that's what you get with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. With more than 45 years' experience serving its members, United Healthcare has plans with low monthly premiums that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today. United Healthcare Medicare plans. It's Medicare coverage Colorado can count on.
Okay, only 10 more presents to wrap. You're almost at the finish line. But first... There, the last one. Enjoy a Coca-Cola for a pause that refreshes.
You could save thousands of dollars on the products your business uses the most with the Home Depot's new Pro Extra Preferred Pricing. Registering is free and easy. Just have your tax ID or business or contractor's license ready. But don't wait. The current preferred pricing benefit will end on November 15th. Visit your local Pro Desk to register now and unlock the deepest savings on the products you choose.
Brandon Stokely here for Colorado's hometown HVAC team, ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Is your heating system struggling to perform and need to be traded? It has never been easier to get a quote for a new heating system. Rocks Heating and Air offers a free online heating and cooling quoting system so that you can quickly and accurately get pricing on a new system. Only at ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Now play that jingle.
HVAC service, installation, repair. ROX Rocks Heating and Air.
Happy holidays, Colorado. This is David Szymanski with U.S. Mortgages, and after 30 years, we could not be more thankful and grateful to this great state and all the people who have contacted us and trusted us for their loan needs. Remember to take time to reflect on what matters most this holiday season, like family, friends, and God. We are in such a blessed country, and we all have so much to be thankful for. So from all of us to all of you, thank you and happy holidays.
Most business owners and decision makers work hard but stay frustrated because customers simply don't know they exist. Marketing isn't about being flashy. It's about making sure people understand how you solve their problem. Audio, video, and online campaigns put your message where your customers are already paying attention. And your friends at DenverSports, they specialize in connecting customers to businesses. The moment you get clear and show up consistently, growth follows. Don't stay the best kept secret in town. Visit DenverSports.com and click on the Advertise with Us button and start growing today.
Catch Telestrator Tuesday weekly on Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, where Stink or Stoke dive into the past weekend's games with a coach's eye, using insights into what went right and wrong on critical plays. Telestrator Tuesdays, powered by Colorado Credit Union. Love where you live, love where you bank.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tomorrow on 104.3 HD3, DU hockey skates with Miami, pregame starting at 6:30. Saturday morning on 104.3 HD3, DU women's basketball faces Idaho with pregame starting at 11:30. On The Fan, home of the Colorado State Rams, CSU basketball faces CU with pregame starting at 2:30.
One of Newsweek's best regional banks and credit unions. Learn more at WistaraCU.com.
Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents
made us cry. Tommy in NorCal said, I just watched the Elway doc preview. I cried.
That happens, right? It happens. I think, we all need to be in touch with our emotions. There's nothing wrong with that.
Our boy Laddie in Littleton, who we got to hang out with a couple weeks ago. What's up, Laddie? Says, I cried in Field of Dreams. Quote, want to have a catch? End quote. Yeah, that one will get a lot of people.
Yeah, that'll get you. One day on a slower sports day, we're gonna have to do like sports movies that made you cry, because they'll do that. I mean, Brian's song. I'm dealing. I got.
Yep.
Unfortunately, I have a funeral to go to this month. That because of cancer, and you get Brian's song on. Oh my God,
dude, 100%.
Any of that, man.
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Fun stuff there on the text line. And yeah, we're all criers, and it's okay from time to time. I want to hear a little bit from Mike Kliss. We're going to get to that in just a second. Let me tell you about something in the orange and blue coming to Empower Field in August. It's not who you think. It's Zach Bryan. He's bringing his With Heaven on tour to the Mile High City. And Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan has a chance for you to win a pair of tickets for free to that show on August 13th. All you have to do is download the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan app, click the banner to enter, and that's it. Sit back, and hopefully you're our winner. If you don't want to wait to see if you won the free pair, you can get more information about the show and purchase your own tickets at denversports.com/orange. That's denversports.com/orange. All right, let's talk a little bit about what we heard from our Broncos insider, Mike Kliss. Cecil, you asked him the question, what are we expecting here from the defense of the Raiders, and how will they try to slow down Bo?
I do think that the Raiders are going to play the Broncos tough. It might be 10-7 at halftime, if it's like all the other Bronco games.
Right.
And then we'll see about the second half. But it'll be better played. I think Bo and the offense have a little bit more rhythm, a little bit more confidence. They'll play better. You know, the Raiders have an average defense. They're ranked in the middle of the pack defensively in most of the categories. And so they're not going to be pushovers on defense.
So he thinks it's going to be a little bit tighter than we think it's going to be.
He sounds paranoid.
He does sound a little paranoid. And look, I think there's a couple of reasons of this. You and I got into this yesterday. I don't expect the Raiders to come out and give 110% effort for 60 straight minutes because their season's over. They know it. They've got their eyes on vacation. But they're professional athletes. They're not just going to roll over. And you brought up the point of spoiler yesterday that hadn't really crossed my mind yet because deep into the rivalry and you always want to beat a division opponent. But, I mean, man, if you're on the Raiders right now, if you're Max Crosby, and you go, well, I'm on another crappy team. Can't believe I tattooed this logo on my body. I only have one thing to play for, to make that guy, whoever's across from me, and Bo Nix's life a living hell on Sunday.
Yep.
So that spoiler thing that you brought up yesterday, I think it's really, really good.
Well, and the Raiders are villains. What do villains like doing? They like messing up your plan.
Yeah.
The Broncos have a plan to be in the number 1 seed in the AFC, and the Raiders would love nothing more than to spoil that and to have the conversation switch from Denver having that opportunity to whoever else. New England is in line. So I think you need to be careful for that. This is not a trap game. Bo Nix talked yesterday about hey, we're not overlooking this team. This is an important game. It's a divisional opponent. And this one really matters. In fact, you could say it's the most important remaining game because of the tiebreaker thing with the New England Patriots. So go out there, get this thing, and know that they're going to try to throw the best at you. They're going to try to throw everything. The kitchen sink is coming your way. So be ready on offense and be ready on defense too.
We also asked Mike Kliss why. Why did they sign Elijah Moore?
There wasn't a real need at receiver. I mean, you can argue there was a need at slot receiver, but Sean Payton doesn't really use the slot that much. You know, he doesn't use Brandon Stokely or Wes Welker. But here's your season is going to carry on here. It's pretty sure that the Broncos are going to play into mid-January anyway. And the Chiefs did this the last couple of years when they won 3 Super Bowls and got to 5 in the last 7 years. And they were always picking up kind of name receivers that people knew and said, boy, that guy's pretty good. And they picked him up and they'd put him they'd stash him on the practice squad. And then sure enough, as the season gets long, you lose a talented player or two. Well, now you've got a guy who's a pretty good player, Elijah Moore, pretty good receiver that can come in off the practice squad late in the season. I think you're going to give him a couple weeks yet before you start using him. He's got to catch up on the playbook. But it's an insurance. Elijah Moore is a good player who's insurance as you get deeper into the season. The season is going to be extended here, it looks like, in Denver. And so you pick up talent that you can use in the postseason and maybe the last couple of weeks of the season.
All right, so he's talking about up front there, hey, he's not going to play this weekend, and then says you got to give him a couple weeks to get right, get the playbook, little packages for him, whatever they end up doing. But I mean, by what Mike's telling us there, that sounds like there's a plan for him to play more than just a break glass in case of emergency, doesn't it?
Yeah,
that's how I interpreted that.
It sounds like there's something going on there. Well, and we'll see what their plan entails. I'll tell you what it needs to entail. Lots of blitzing for Geno Smith on the defensive side of the ball, and then lots of Evan Ingram. That needs to be more going forward for the Broncos offense. So I always pick apart what Kliss says because he knows
there's something
so
in the
much,
middle of it. And
there's ways he can tell you what he knows without telling you. It's like the Lassie bark, right? What's that? What's that? Timmy's trapped in a well? What's that, Lassie?
Yeah.
My radar is definitely up when he said that, though. I was like, what's going on?
Yeah, because I'm like, okay, not ready this week. So what do you mean? He's going to be ready at some point?
They're going to have him ready? Okay. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see what that looks like moving forward. Always great stuff with our buddy Mike Kliss. Always appreciate his time. He's with us every Thursday at 11. All right, we'll take a quick Broncos break. Got to talk about what the Nuggets accomplished last night, and specifically, if this is the year it finally happens. The year that Jamal Murray makes an all-star game. Well, he helped his case last night with the 50-burger. Let's talk about what it'll take for him to join Joker at the all-star game this year coming up next.
Is Alex Singleton playing his way toward Broncos immortality?
He signed a 1-year, $1 million contract, and then all he does is goes on to set the single-season tackle record, and then he blows out his ACL. He comes all the way back, gets flagged for cancer, and then 23 days later, he's back making big plays for the Broncos? This guy is a legend in my book. He is becoming a Denver Broncos legend.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
What's up, guys? Josh Drover here to talk to you about my team over at Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. They've helped me out with my testosterone levels going back on a couple of different years now. But if you're dealing with erectile dysfunction, if your sex life is gone, well, that's a big, big problem. The holidays are meant to be full of joy, fun, intimacy. It'd be the best gift you could give your partner. I promise you, a sex life, getting it back. So call Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic and give your partner that gift, a renewed, restored relationship via the sex life. Schedule your first appointment. Only going to cost you $99. You'll have a medical consult with a Colorado licensed medical provider. They're going to draw your blood, tell you what your T and PSA levels are, and if medically advised, they're going to suggest you take a test dose right there in the office. Just see if it works. It works in over 90% of men, and if it doesn't work, they don't want your money. You literally have nothing to lose and your sex life to gain. What are you waiting for, fellas? It's the holiday season. Give your partner the gift of sex with RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
For the fitness fanatic on your Christmas list, save big this holiday season. At Fitness Gallery, we have deals everywhere, up to 50% off. Visit one of Fitness Gallery's 7 convenient locations from Colorado Springs to Fort Collins. We have you covered.
Hey, Stoke here. If you need a hip or knee replacement surgery, check out Colorado Joint Replacement. They're home to some of the top trained surgeons in the state using the latest technology. Their expert surgeons offer the most innovative joint replacement care in the Front Range. To schedule an appointment, visit coloradojoint.org.
FIFA World Cup 2026 is coming soon, but your opportunity to be there starts now through an exclusive offer with an eligible Bank of America Visa credit card. For a limited time, become a new customized cash rewards or unlimited cash rewards Visa credit card holder, and you will be eligible for a chance to purchase FIFA World Cup 2026 tickets. Learn more at BofA.com/cardFWC26. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be the official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026. Bank of America NA in partnership with Visa. Terms apply. Awards reserved.
With Steel, batteries are included. This holiday season, give a gift that's ready to go right out of the box. For everything from cleaning up the yard to cutting up firewood, Steel tools check off the wish list and knock out the to-do list. And right now, buy select battery tool sets and get a free extra battery. Visit SteelUSA.com for holiday deals and gift ideas. Happy holidays from Steel. Offer valid for a limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
Samantha Flanagan here for Flanagan Law. If you find yourself in a car accident, do not tell the insurance company you are fine. They will hold that against you even if you end up with medical bills 3 months later. Protect your rights. Look for the Shamrock. Go with Flanagan Law.
What if you could delay your next 2 mortgage payments? Imagine putting those 2 payments in your pocket ahead of the holidays. That's possible when you call American Financing. If you're feeling stretched by everyday expenses, groceries, gas, bills piling up, you're not alone. Most Americans are putting these expenses on credit cards, and credit card rates are insane in the 20s or even 30s. American Financing can show you how to use your home's equity to pay off that debt with rates in the low 5s. Their salary-based mortgage consultants are helping homeowners just like you restructure their loans and save money every month, all without upfront fees. Their customers are saving an average of $800 a month. That's like a $10,000 raise without having to change jobs. Call now before it's too late at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at AmericanFinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org. APR for rates in the 5s start at 6.196% for well-qualified buyers. Call 303-695-7000 for details about credit costs and terms.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game and the go-to spot for football season, with wall-to-wall TVs, hearty eats, ice-cold drinks, and of course, those scenic views. It's a full-on experience whether you're catching college or pro games this season. Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
You know that feeling when you catch a glimpse in the mirror and think, hey, I look 10 years younger. That's what happens when you stop dieting and start doing Soda weight loss.
I tried point counting, calorie counting, shots, and nothing has worked until Soda weight loss.
Soda weight loss gives you a personal nutritionist you can text anytime.
Everybody's great here. Everybody's encouraging. There were some times where I felt down and they brought me back up. If you stick with this program, you will lose weight and you will get to your goal weight.
When you sign up for Soda weight loss, your partner joins for free.
If you're ready to feel stronger, healthier, and yes, look and feel 10 years younger, this is your moment. No meds, no gimmicks, just real results with real support.
Remember, sign up now and your partner joins for free. Visit sodaweightloss.com. That's SOTA weightloss.com.
Soda is, say it with me, state of the art.
Stay up to date on the Broncos and the latest news from around the league with our NFL insider James Palmer, exclusively on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Mondays on The Rundown with Richie Carney, Tuesday afternoons on The Drive, and Friday mornings on Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, all season long. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents Dover and Cecil.
Is it going to happen? Finally going to happen. The Jamal Murray makes an all-star team. Finds himself playing alongside Nikola Jokic coming up in February. I believe that's when the all-star game is. And finally buck that trend. It's one of the most common known facts about Nikola. Hey, Nikola's great. He's got all these MVPs. He's going to go down as one of, if not the best big man of all time, depending on how many more championships he can win. But did you know he's never had an all-star teammate? Yeah, we all know for sure. But is this the year that comes to an end? Be it Jamal Murray. Will Jamal Murray finally get himself to an all-star game? Well, he had the 52 points last night. That's a good start. I'm looking at StatMuse right now, and I'm looking at Western Conference guards points per game. Luka's at the top, Shea's underneath him, Anthony Edwards, Austin Reeves, Steph Curry, James Harden, Devin Booker, and then we get to Jamal Murray. So you look at those guys, and the reason I'm doing points per game is because that's the low-hanging fruit, the stat that most people are going to look at when they pick their or send their votes in. Now
Might be the only stats some look at.
Yeah. Again, it'll be a little different this year because there's going to be an international team, and you need international players. And I'm assuming they're going to need like 10 of those guys, So are there 10 better international players than Jamal? Hell no, there's not. But will he be an all-star just in like the traditional setting? All right, let's look at the guys in front of him. Is he going to get more votes than Devin Booker in Phoenix?
He should.
I think he should, but I don't know that he will.
Right.
Devin's a popular player.
Name, right.
And he has his own shoe. That goes a long way. I'm telling you, the shoes go a long way.
Oh, yeah.
James Harden, is he going to get more votes than James?
He should.
But he probably won't for some of the same reasons.
Exactly.
He's got the beard, he's got the eye roll meme, and he's got his own shoe.
Sometimes just look at I know that. James Harden, yeah, I love that guy. Yep. And they haven't watched him.
Stephen Curry. He's not going to outvote Stephen Curry.
No. Next.
Austin Reeves, maybe. He's a better player than Austin, but Austin wears yellow and gold. And it's a popularity contest, and the Lakers are still very, very popular amongst fans out there. So that one's a toss-up for me. The top three, it's a no, and a no. Anthony Edwards, SGA, Luka Doncic. Probably not going to outvote those guys.
No, not at all.
And those, I can't make an argument. They're all better
there's
than
zero
Jamal.
argument.
But Devin, James, like you can bump him up over there. Austin, you can bump him up over there. All right, so now we're flirting with like the top 4 guards in the Western Conference.
Yeah.
I don't know that we're going to have to sweat this the way because of the format, but he's certainly giving himself the best case at career high in points, rebounds, a career high in assists, and he's flirting with 24 points a game. That's all-star level type of play.
I haven't asked you yet, but do you like the format?
Yeah. Well, can I give you the answer after I watch it, which is kind of a cop-out? But, I like the fact that they're trying something else because what they have done is bad and boring.
Yeah, it's bad and boring, and kind of with the way the game is, you need an international.
Mm-hmm.
I think as they grow in popularity, and honestly, they'll grow way more than football in terms of international audience, but, you need to have that representation, so you're going to get eyeballs from outside of the United States. And I think that's where Jamal can easily make it as an all-star.
Yeah.
And the way that he's playing, Hell yeah. He's an all-star this year.
Will you watch it? Look at how fired up we got about the hockey stuff.
Right. Four Nations.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll watch that more than Olympic hockey, which it might stink this year with that rink problem they're having.
You wonder, I was going to say, are they going to have some sense of pride that they're playing with, but they never have personal pride playing before, so I guess maybe the country amplifies it.
Yeah. But if it's one of those, let's just show off the offense and never play defense until the final minute, okay, that's kind of the all-star game. It's all-star format, and people are messing around with it until you figure out how to make it work where it's exciting.
Does Jamal have to make an all-star to validate it for you? To validate him for you?
I think it's for him.
I also think it's for him.
I think it's for him. For me...
but, are you going to, at the end of this, and he's all said and done, he's got a couple championship rings,
sure.
And he never makes an all-star. Will you go, yeah, but he never made an all-star?
No. I'll be he should have been an all-star.
Yeah.
And there's a couple times he got close, and this year would have been one of those times. Let's say if he doesn't make it as an all-star, you go, oh, well, why not?
Mm-hmm.
He's having an all-star type of year, and it's obvious. We don't really have to do much bending of backwards to be he's an all-star. No, he is. He's playing like it. He showed up, man, in a big way. Not just last night, but this entire season, and I believe he needs to be rewarded for that.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. It's not a necessity. Actually, if I wanted to be super selfish in my sports viewing, I'd want none of them to go. Stay home and rest, get your body right, chill with the fam, the girl, whatever, for a couple of days and not do any basketball activities. And I know Nicola would like that too.
Yeah, he would.
So selfishly, I don't want anybody to go.
He'd like to go home and spend time with his horses.
Mm-hmm. Oh, dude, was it New Jersey? Couldn't have been here. I think it was in New Jersey last week. We drove by a horse track, and there were two dudes out there on the whatever it is he does, racing horses, but in the carriage. Or whatever.
Yeah.
His style. I don't know what it is. I'm not from Serbia or into horses, but it was literally they're running the track. And I'm like, holy hell.
Yeah.
I've never seen it with my own eyes. I thought it was like a European thing.
And those things are pretty scary.
I could imagine.
They're a little bouncy.
Could you imagine crashing or rolling over in that thing?
Yeah, you take a turn the wrong way, and you'll flip that thing.
You've had to have been thrown off a horse or something in your life?
Oh, of course, yeah. I've been bucked off twice. Same horse.
Really?
Only twice, though, in my life. But I have ridden in one of those two-wheel carriages. Dad texted me and told me what that's called. But we had a wagon.
Why?
We had an old hay wagon because sometimes your truck wouldn't run.
Okay.
Your old farm truck wouldn't run, so you'd get the horses out, you get the hay wagon, you go start delivering bales around to everybody on the ranch.
You're hopefully we don't die from dysentery here when we're on the Oregon Trail.
Plus, we were old school. I know it's different now. Biggie just got a sweet new four-wheeler type thing, side-by-side, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
But
are we allowed to drive it?
Maybe.
While blowing stuff up?
That'd be pretty cool.
I want to do both.
That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, so we had some old school, a lot of horseback stuff. Our calving season, it was always horseback.
Yeah.
And not always through a squeeze chute, but yeah, mainly just old school stuff.
I've actually even been thrown off a horse, and my dad was so mad at the horse. I'm like, it's probably my fault. Definitely my fault. It's all good, Dad.
Yeah.
But it hurt like a you-know-what.
Oh, yeah. It hurts your pride.
Well, and then my dad's thinking the horse is going to stomp me out. That's what the big...
my very first time I got bucked off, Dad saved me from getting stomped on because I landed underneath Wrangler, and he was in the air.
Ooh.
And Dad rode over and distracted him. He rode over on his horse, and I ended up slamming my face in the side of the fence.
That's terrifying.
Because when you're taught when you fall, roll.
Yeah,
so
same with skateboarding.
I was rolling, and I rolled right into a fence post.
Oh, damn.
With my face. Yeah. Because you can't see. It's a bunch of dust. You just fell off, and you just roll, and I rolled right into a fence post.
You're waiting to stop, but not that way.
You ever wonder what's wrong with me? I was dropped on my head as a baby on concrete.
Yeah.
I was concussed on my three-wheeler multiple times. And, yeah, I slammed my face into a fence post.
No wonder you can't remember pop, pass out, dude.
Coach Hodgson.
All checks out now.
You shouldn't be mad at me.
One more quick Nuggets note. Zeke Najee is so bad. Our dude.
Who were you going back and forth with yesterday? Andy Bailey?
Andy Bailey.
Yeah.
And we were actually agreeing. We were both having the same conversation.
Well, his tweet was so true.
Yeah. And Andy's much nicer than me. It's like, I hate to say this, but Zeke's so bad, I don't even know if he's going to be tradable. I'm like, no, say it louder for the folks in the back.
Well, he
thought
even
that
said
contract was so tradable all those years
every
ago.
time. Andy Bailey said every time he's out there, his trade value goes down.
Yeah.
He ain't lying.
Zeke is so bad. How bad is he? Dude, I'm willing to bet our own Zach Bye, who doesn't hoop anymore but has some hooping history.
MVP of the media game.
I guarantee you Zach Bye gets a bucket on Zeke Najee. I don't know that I am. I'm a little guy, right? Zach's got a little length and size to him.
Yeah.
Zach gets buckets on Zeke Naji. I think 50% of high school scorers get buckets on Zeke Naji right now. 10% of the guys that play in the Time to Grind League up in Northglenn that I'm a part of, they score on Zeke Naji. Not me, but 10% of them score on Zeke Naji.
Okay.
Dude, he's just so bad. He's so lost. He doesn't even know where to stand. Sees? And he's a professional basketball player.
That's bad, right?
It's really bad.
Yeah.
I can't believe he's paying. He's going to make $30 million by the
The curse of Calvin.
Yeah, unbelievable. Zeke, count your money, man. You are one lucky, lucky man. All right, let's get back to the Broncos. I want to get back to Bo Nix. He knows that there's some hate out there about these Broncos, even at 10-2. He addressed that yesterday. You'll hear it next.
Does David Adelman need to take a page from his predecessor's playbook?
When you look and listen to David Adelman, do you feel like you are looking and listening at a guy that's going to be able to get on guys and do so in a way that they're going to respond? Malone could be intimidating.
Yeah, I don't know.
Can Adelman get the message across when the offense is bad?
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Are you trapped in a high-rate mortgage, or are you seeing your hard-earned money fly out the window? Well, at CakeHome.com, you can stop it today. CakeHome.com is offering the lowest mortgage rates in years. What's up, everybody? It's Cecil. CakeHome.com's rate reduction home loan program has slashed high house payments by hundreds of dollars a month for their customers. Lock in a fixed rate as low as 4.995% APR, and you could even close within 2 weeks, and often with no appraisal needed. And did I say, I need to mention this, can you skip your next 2 house payments entirely? Well, you can. Listen, these low rates might not last, so call CakeHome.com now for a free, no-obligation quote. I'm telling you, CakeHome.com is the best. Imagine lower payments and more money in your pocket. It's a fresh start. Call 1-800-EAT-CAKE. That's 1-800-EAT-CAKE now. Cake Mortgage Corp, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 1734623, licensed Colorado by the Division of Real Estate. Terms and conditions apply based on approved credit.
Imagine almost every jewelry legend all under one roof.
Roberto Coin, Marco Biccigo, Ippolita, Paul Morelli, Mickey Moto, Tacori, Hearts on Fire, and dozens more, all in one store.
Imagine a diamond bar with almost every size, shape, and price range GIA diamonds.
And a Swiss watch center with all the great marks, including Longines and the legendary Tudor. I'm Dylan.
I'm Shayna Williams, inviting you to Williams Jewelers of Inglewood.
We've built one of the largest jewelry stores in America with one vision.
To be the only jeweler you will ever need.
For that perfect diamond engagement ring.
The ultimate holiday gift.
Or just because you deserve it. Williams Jewelers of Inglewood at the corner of Broadway and Bellevue.
Now, imagine their face Christmas morning.
This holiday, come to Williams Jewelers.
Where Colorado shines.
Williams Jewelers, we can make diamonds a part of your life.
The official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche. Williams Jewelers, where Colorado shines.
I dared Archwell Health to keep track of my vitals and my grandkids' names.
I dared Archwell Health to simplify my prescriptions, so Max and I have more time to play. Good boy.
And I dared Archwell Health to be closer than my neighborhood coffee shop.
Our members dared us to do more as a primary care provider for adults age 60 and up. So we made it our mission. Visit archwellhealth.com and become a member today. Archwell Health. We dare to care.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-$300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code POWER to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code POWER for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code POWER for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Another summer is ended, and you may have noticed that your energy is lower, your workouts aren't as productive, perhaps you aren't sleeping as well and feel foggy all the time, maybe even your sex drive is off. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. And if you're experiencing some or all of these symptoms, it's likely you have low testosterone. And if that's what's going on with you, don't wait. You need to call us at Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic and get treated for your low T. Because living with low testosterone is no way to live. With our low T treatments, if you're like most guys, your life will change considerably. Improved sleep, better energy, greater gains in the gym, better mental clarity, and your sex drive will likely improve as well. Plus, most men see these results in just a few weeks. So call us. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes PSA and T-test and a medical consult. And if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you.
Marketing can feel overwhelming. Where to start? What works? What doesn't? That's where your marketing experts at DenverSports come in. Audio, video, online marketing, and we know how to cut through the noise so your customers finally hear your story. You don't have to waste time guessing or spinning your wheels. We'll guide you with a proven plan that turns your marketing into growth. Let us handle the hard part. You do the easy part. Head over to DenverSports.com and click Advertise with us and start growing your business today.
Call Fix-It 24/7 for same-day service for any heating needs. Fast, reliable comfort when you need it most. Go to FixMyHome.com and click Book Now today.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tomorrow on 104.3 HD3, DU hockey skates with Miami, pregame starting at 6:30. Saturday morning on 104.3 HD3, DU women's basketball faces Idaho with pregame starting at 11:30. On The Fan, home of the Colorado State Rams, CSU basketball faces CU with pregame starting at 2:30.
One of Newsweek's best regional banks and credit unions. Learn more at WisteraCU.com.
You're listening to Dover and Cecil on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Bo Nix has heard it, and he doesn't like it. The conversations about this team and who they are, or specifically who they are not, when it comes to their 10-2 record and the way that they've been winning some football games here. And we said it earlier, hasn't been pretty, but let's enjoy what's in front of us with who Bo is, what this team is. Again, it's a little bit of a longer answer here from Bo, but the question posed to Bo Nix yesterday at his media availability is, hey, is there some time that you can take here throughout this season, and specifically right now, to appreciate what you have? And what you have is a 10-2 record.
Absolutely. I think the worst thing you can do is let other people tear down a 10-2 record, whether saying you don't play anybody or you're just relying on defense or whatever negative somebody's going to put on a positive. It's always going to happen, and we don't really worry about it. We're just excited. We know we've come a long way. This franchise and organization has had some great years, and then went into a little lull there for a minute, but then it just takes a couple guys. We get it back on track, and all of a sudden we're 10-2 and right where we want to be in every aspect of our season. And everybody can talk about a 10-2 record and make excuses of why we have it, but you still have to win games. You're still playing NFL teams who pay their players just as much as we are paid. So I think it's important to not lose track of that, and it's a good perspective to have that no matter what's going on, you've worked hard and you've got yourself to a 10-2 record, and we believe we could have been even better. And so it's all about moving forward. It's the next mentality, next game. And, we got an important one this week, divisional game on the road. Those are always important to go out there and get. They're a tough team. They're a hungry team. They have veteran players who are going to play really hard. And I think at the end of the day, you just got to keep moving on. But at the same time, don't forget, how far you've come and where you are as a team. And it does make coming to work a little bit more exciting. It does make, finishing out this season gives you something to look forward to and play for. And there's a lot of good that comes from
So a lot of good coming from being 10-2, as he's going to say right there. And look, Now, there's a couple things you can take this. Again, this goes back to some of the things we've said in the past of like, oh, no, we ignore all of you guys. Well, you seem to be pretty familiar about what
I don't hear the hate.
pretty up to speed on what everybody's saying about you there, Bo. So he's certainly aware of it. We know Sean is aware of it. He seeks it out to find out what folks are saying. And good. If that's what your motivating factor is, then go ahead. It's worked pretty well throughout this season. But I think that's just a good reminder for not just Bo, not for the guys around him in that locker room, but for all of us of, hey, 10-2, maybe it hasn't looked the way you wanted it to look, or they didn't cover that spread for you because they only beat the Raiders by 3 points. Who the hell cares, man? Look what we're doing right now. We're talking about fighting in December for the Broncos to win the number 1 overall seed. Not the number 1 overall pick. That's what we've done for the last 7 years. For the number 1 overall seed in the AFC. That's what they're fighting for in the month of December. Come on, guys. Let's appreciate, as he said, what's in front of us right now.
Nobody would have guessed this. I said 13-4. I never said number 1 seed.
Yeah.
Never said number 1 seed. This is something where you put yourself in position. It's time to go for it. This is another reason why I'm upset this team didn't do anything during the trade deadline. You could have seen this coming even a month ago because the trade deadline was a month ago. So you've got a month since then, and you've just won more games.
Yeah.
But you could have seen this, and you could have known. And they believe that, but they also have flaws on this roster that they need to clean up because now with that number 1 spot available, yeah, it'll be disappointing if they don't get it. I'm not saying it's a need, right? Richie Carney's like, they need it. No, they don't need it. But it would be really, really nice, very beneficial if they did have it, mainly because it eliminates 1 game from your postseason track. You win 2 games at home, and you're going to the Super Bowl. So now that you're in position for it, you got to go for it. You got to make sure you're getting it. And win the division, yes, they're on track to do that. But to get that number 1 seed, that's next level stuff. And for all everyone saying, like, they're a year away, they're a year away, they're a year away. No, they're not. They're here right now. It's right now. Stop kicking the can. Stop making excuses so that if they do not make it, then you can be, well, and I already knew they were a year away. No, they're there now.
Mm-hmm.
What happens if you kick the can is you become Buffalo. So don't do that. Make sure that you go for it as much as you can because you're right here. And that number 1 seed, again, not a need, pretty damn sweet.
Yeah, I'm with you 100%. And look, I like the fact that he can kind of take a second to appreciate that. You know what I've noticed a little bit more this year?
What's that?
He can still get cliche up there.
Yeah.
But when he's asked about the narrative, one, he tells us he's very aware of what's going on. But I kind of like the fact that he gets a little testy about these things.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's in his way, because he could certainly amplify it, and other quarterbacks have done this in the past, but in his way, like, he's disrespected by that.
Mm-hmm.
And you can tell by the way that he responds, and I like that. And I don't think it's like a selfish thing of like, oh, you don't respect me. I think he's batting for everybody else in that locker room, and maybe specifically the defense that's done the heavy lifting the bulk of this season. That's what a leader does. That's what a guy with the C on his shirt does. I'm pissed that you bring that up. I'm pissed that you don't respect my guys.
That word that you almost used for Michael Malone yesterday that starts with an A.
Yeah, that was close.
And ends with a hola. That's Bo's got that in him as well.
Yeah, he does.
He's a really nice young man. He's a good Christian, doesn't cuss, all those sorts of things. Like, there's a lot of things to be really excited about with Bo Nix. But I personally believe the very first time that I talked to Bo Nix, I made him mad.
Oh, that's right.
The very first time. The very first time I ever said anything to him, it was about working from under center because he was not good. And I asked him about his comfortability. And he goes, 100%, next question.
Ooh, yeah.
And I saw that fire.
And you knew right then.
I saw that fire, and I told Mace, because Mace was right there with me, and he got excited. He's like, dude, did you see that? And I'm like, yeah, he was mad. He was mad I asked that question. Good. Go be better under center. Guess what Bo Nix has done? He's been better under center.
Yes,
Not because of
has.
me. It doesn't have nothing to do with me. But he understands what people are saying. He understands what his reputation is.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, for all the haters, don't change your mind. Don't change your mind on Bo Nix. We got enough of that fakeness on the airwaves anyway. Like, don't be fake. We already know you guys didn't like Bo Nix. No matter how you spin it, you try to say, oh, we totally love the Broncos now, guys. No, you don't. You don't. Just keep doubting him because he's been doing nothing but proving his haters wrong.
And,
so keep it up.
We both believe that he will continue to do Exactly that. All right, let me tell you about our partnership with the Blue Sports Stable up in Superior and with Recruiting Classroom. Yeah, we've teamed up with Blue Sports Stable for our Denver Sports Equipment Drive, and it's all going to benefit Recruiting Classroom. So you have now until December 20th to come and take part, donate, and make a kid's life a little bit easier that wants to get involved in sports. We're taking donations of gently used or new sports equipment. The most needed items are hockey and ice skates, as well as hockey sticks, football helmets, football pads, baseball bats, and lacrosse sticks. For drop-off locations where you can bring everything and a full list of needed items, check out our website. It's DenverSports.com/equipment. That's DenverSports.com/equipment. We say it all the time, man. Tribe helps tribe. Let's help out some young folks that want to play sports, and financial situations just might keep them from that. That should never be the case for kids in this state. So love the Blue Sports Stable. Love what Recruiting Classroom stands for. Let's partner up with all of them and do our part in the Denver Sports Equipment. Again, DenverSports.com/equipment. All right, what are we watching tonight? Let's come back, wrap this thing up, put a bow on it. We'll talk about the Avs who are in action this evening. Plus, we got the final numbers on Prime's recruiting class. Before we dive into the Avs, we'll talk about that. It won't take long because there's not many names on it. That's next.
It'll be fine by dusk, but I'm telling you, baby.
There's something in the orange and blue coming to Empower Field next August. Zach Bryan is bringing his With Heaven On tour to the Mile High City, and we want you there.
Let me go.
Download the Denver Sports 1043 The Fan app and click on the contest banner to enter for your chance to win a pair of tickets to the hottest show of the summer.
We're having an all-night revival.
Denver Sports 1043 The Fan.
Is your financial advisor offering you up to a 30% upfront bonus? Or are they promising you up to 10% growth per year, all for your retirement income? If not, then you need to come to Trajan Wealth. I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. If you have a plan to retire within the next 10 years, don't wait only to find out it's too late. I've seen hardworking folks like you retire only to be required to go back to work, all because their advisor told them guarantees like these were too good to be true. They're not. That's up to $30,000 upfront or up to $10,000 per year on $100,000, all guaranteed for retirement income. Don't keep working when you're supposed to be retired, and don't let any financial advisor tell you it's too good to be true. Call Trajan today, 720-204-8100. That's 720-204-8100.
Annuities, not advisory products. DBA Trajan Wealth Insurance Solutions. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here from my friends at Xfinity. Imagine all that could happen in 5 years. Jobs may change, kids are going to grow, new memes will come out, but also, what if you had reliable, intelligent Wi-Fi and the price didn't change for 5 years? Well, thanks to Xfinity 5-year price guarantee, you actually don't have to worry about that part of your future. You're guaranteed 5 years of Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to your devices that need them the most, that finds and fixes any issues before you even notice them. It's like a super intelligent Wi-Fi that keeps you protected from threats online. Plus, you get incredible gaming speeds on multiple devices with no one battling for bandwidth. For the next 5 years, all your devices are going to be working in perfect harmony, and you get our best equipment with no annual contracts, no fees, no strings attached. So even though your kids will grow up and you still won't understand what 6-7 means, your internet will stay sharp, reliable, and most importantly, the price will stay put. All with the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply. Select plans only.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first, on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
Advent Health is Littleton's home for highly specialized, life-changing heart care. From preventive screenings to personalized treatment options, it's heartfelt care from expert hands. The Advent Health Heart and Vascular Institute is now open, ready to provide wholehearted care for your whole health.
Samantha Flanagan here for Flanagan Law. If you find yourself in a car accident, do not tell the insurance company you are fine. They will hold that against you even if you end up with medical bills 3 months later. Protect your rights. Look for the Shamrock. Go with Flanagan Law.
You've got your whole life ahead of you, so choose a Medicare plan you can count on. And that's what you get with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. With more than 45 years' experience serving its members, United Healthcare has plans with low monthly premiums that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today. United Healthcare Medicare plans. It's Medicare coverage Colorado can count on.
Tune into Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, Wednesdays at 9:15 to hear ESPN NFL analyst Dan Orlovsky break down Bo Nix and the Broncos every week during football season. Denver Sports, 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. It's Dover and Cecil on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
I got to read this fun text from our guy Pete in Aurora.
What's up, Pete in Aurora?
Pete writes, "Hi, guys." Hi, Pete.
Hi, Pete.
The show is more fun now that the Broncos, Nugs, and Abs are all doing well. Did I black out in this moment? He says, "Did you guys figure out that Milan is not Madrid yet?" I don't know that reference. And he also writes, "Love Cecil's take on the Broncos, and I'm learning to like Josh more, too. Happy holidays and happy 2026.
That's not a don't be that guy, but that's like a compliment.
Yeah.
Like,
no, I don't mind. I've told you before, I'm a big boy. I got thick skin.
What's funny is we'll have people be like, because our boy Creaky, now Creaky loves me, but he loves you.
Creaky's my dude, man. We've been riding together for a while.
It's funny because people are like, man, I really like Cecil, and Dover's growing on me. Or like, I used to not like Cecil, but I love Dover, and now Cecil's okay.
Right.
So, yeah, keep them coming. We appreciate it. Tribe helps tribe, man. We are not here without you. You guys saved us. So, like, yeah, keep showing up. You're showing up in a big way. And to be, enjoying the success we're having, it's fully, man, because of you guys.
No doubt. Yeah, they're literally going to fire us if we're not doing well.
Yeah.
And you guys are the reason we're doing well. So
tell a friend.
That. Yeah.
Tell a friend. And everyone's welcome in the tribe, not the wolf pack or whatever. So dumb. Yeah, tribe helps tribe, and we're here for you.
We appreciate you guys. Pete, I'll try to keep growing on you, man. I'll do my best, Peter. We appreciate you checking us out, man, and tuning in, being a part of the tribe. All right, want to talk a little bit about the Avs and what they have in front of them this evening. First, a story I'm looking at on USA Today, and it's about Deion Sanders. Now, they do have until tomorrow, I believe, to continue to add some players to the 2026 roster, but as of yesterday, and I believe they've added one more here today, so it gets them to 10 high school players to his 2026 recruiting class after some of the top recruits we know withdrew some of their commitments. Again, this is as of yesterday when this article came out. Obviously, things changed so quickly. It dropped the Buffaloes to the 16th of 16 teams in the Big 12 of what their recruiting class will be. That's according to 24/7 Sports and On3. Again, as of yesterday when this recruiting class was out. So we know he doesn't want to leave, right? He's the king of the transfer portal. He doesn't build with high school athletes. Added a couple of them here. Most of them land on the defensive side. Cease, is this more reason to worry? Or, hey, this is kind of how Deion's done it in his 3 years, so it's how he's going to continue to do it.
It's how he's going to continue to do it. Would I like it to be different, though? That's my issue. It's like, okay, look at the best teams in the country. What do? And they're working the transfer portal.
I was going to say they have a healthy balance of both, but you're not ignoring high school talent.
Yeah. Look at the top. I saw a list tweeted out. I think I shared it with you and Kev. Look at the top 10 high school players in Colorado. 3 4-stars, and then, 7 3-stars. None of them pick CU. None of them.
Yeah.
That's preposterous. You do have talent here. Go get that talent. Put a fence around the state. You're CU. You're Deion Sanders, man. Like, you can be a recruiter.
He could be like the best recruiter.
Of course. He just shows up.
Yeah.
Rolls up Deion Sanders in your house. Are you kidding me? Like, you're going to love that. So I believe it's a mistake to ignore recruiting in the way that Colorado does. But at the same time, I can also recognize and realize this is just who Deion's going to be. He's going to work the transfer portal. The problem with doing that, as we've seen it, transfer portal is going to get you some talent. It's not going to get you a team. Deion needs to build a team. He's trying to do like one-off things, like one of one. What if you built a team? What if Deion had like 3 years of really building a team together that stay together, that win together, that grow together?
Yeah.
It sounds better, and maybe it's the wrong way to look at it or whatever, and the blog boys will tell you, buy a salad, and Deion's the best.
Mm-hmm.
Buy our Deion salad. But the best way to build, I just look at Oregon, look at Alabama,
Mm-hmm.
look at Ohio State, look at all the best teams in the country. They're not doing what Deion does.
And
Deion's doing it the wrong way, basically.
You know what else I think is, maybe this is a selfish thought, but he's Deion Sanders.
He's being selfish by
got
not
a lot of
going
those.
into people's living rooms.
But you know what you could do? And man, he's got that whole university by the short hairs. You go get a solid high school recruiting class. And if they stumble again next year, which is certainly a possibility, right? If Juju doesn't save him, they're probably going to struggle again next
Is
year.
Deion going to be here if they struggle next year? My answer is probably
Probably
no.
not, but this leads into my point. If you go get a solid recruiting class, let's say he had a good recruiting class of high school players this year, and then they go and don't play well.
They wet the bed.
Crap the bed next season.
Yeah.
Deion then gets to go to those regions, go to those chancellors, go to whomever the next Rick George is up there at Colorado and go, look, I know it's been back-to-back bad seasons, but let me tell you about this class I have coming in. Let me show you this 4-star kid I got. Let me show you these 2 3-star kids I got from down in Denver or wherever the case may be. It's almost this like security blanket from the head coach. Whoa, hold on. Don't fire me yet. Give me this class to figure out what I have coming in. But he decides just to not do any of that.
As you become older, I'm going to teach you about investing in futures.
Okay.
Because that's exactly
Futures like Sean Payton wins Coach of the Year, or
not the investment apps that you use. You and
okay.
I use different investment apps, and I will refrain from my opinion on sports gambling. You bet on the future. If you have a solid recruiting class or two, you can be like, okay, down this year, but I mean, it's coming. It's coming. And you can see it. You can see it coming. When you go to the transfer portal, it's like, what's available? When you stock up your shelves and then you know what you can make for dinner, when you just go to the store, you're like, what is it? What are we having? I don't know. What do they got? Oh, they were out of that rotisserie chicken I like. I'll get the chicken wings then. Guess who shops at Safeway? That's exactly what Deion's doing. He's allowing his team to be dictated by what's available in the transfer portal rather than dictating the terms by adding the proper high school talent by recruiting properly. It's egotistical, arrogant, wrong-headed, and, I mean, just way too much hubris. It's Deion Sanders, but to think that you don't have to do this puts yourself above the game, and there is nothing above college football. If you don't want to do what Nick Saban did. Nick Saban saw the writing on the wall. College football is 24/7, 365. College football is pay, and pay some more, and always work, and always recruit, and always be on the road, and always talking to parents, and always doing this. Nick Saban saw that coming, and he's like, yeah, I'll go do TV. So if Deion doesn't like it, then get out of coaching, because this is the world of college football now. You've got to be a recruiter.
100%.
You have to.
Our guy Derek in Wellington says 0 Colorado kids recruited by CU yet again. They write,
I hate that.
3 kids up north are 3-star and above, and none of them contacted by CU. We mentioned it yesterday.
I was going to say, it was
the
safety.
He's been committed to UCLA for a long time. Flip this week
to CU?
Texas.
Oh.
He goes to Fairview High School. Deion could get on his Segway and go about 3 minutes down the road and end up at that kid's locker and didn't even do it. That's wrong-headed, as you said.
Yeah.
That's stubborn. That's selfish because he thinks he's the big fish and they want to come to him. That would be true if you had 2 back-to-back 9-win seasons, but you didn't. You've only had 1 good season. You're not this big fish that everybody wants to be around now because you kind of look like a fraud as a head coach.
And it's the wrong approach. So Deion's going to do it Deion's way. We're going to root for Deion. We're going to hope that things turn around. We're going to hope that Julian Lewis is the savior for the Colorado Buffaloes. But the way Deion is approaching it, and no one can tell him to do anything differently. That's the problem.
Well, he has the ultimate power.
You don't have anyone above him that would be like, hey, Deion, go sit in a living room.
Yeah.
Hey, Deion, get in your Segway and ride to Fairview High School.
I mean,
right?
dude, if
get a golf cart. You just drive there.
If Rick George had power, and that's who we're talking about. Let's be real, Rick George, and they're working out a new deal to get Deion to $10 million a year. Why is there not something in that contract that says you're taking 4 road trips a season to recruit? 3, 2, 1. Hell, one's better than none. You're taking X amount of trips out of this city,
right?
Not to your ranch in Texas, to go get that 5-star recruit in Georgia, to go get that 5-star kid in California. You're already going to be in Texas. Go get us a couple 5-stars down there in Texas. Why they just hand him the $10 million without any sort of expectation?
Yeah, because that's wrong, because they were desperate. And they like the attention. Deion Sanders gets you a lot of attentions. College football is about winning.
You're right.
Because now they go from like hot upstart, look at what Deion's doing in Boulder, to laughingstock. I mean, seriously, if you're serious about college football, how many college football shows talk about CU now? Oh, 0.
Not outside
the number
of this
is
market.
0.
Yeah.
And that's gross to me. Knowing what CU football was in the 90s and the late 80s, knowing what it's been sparingly here and there, and knowing what it was early with Deion. It was fun, man. It was fun when Feinbaum and everybody's talking about the Colorado Buffaloes.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have to be mentioned because they're not relevant in the world of college football, even though your coach is paid as one of the top 5 in the sport.
Yeah. We'll see what it looks like up there in Boulder, but man, things have to change. A 10-man recruiting class is unbelievable. It's not good enough, to say the least. All right, quick look at what the Avalanche have in front of them tonight as Cecil Lamb is going to get out of here, make his way down to Broncos Park, powered by Common Spirit. I see Richie Carney sliding in. Zach Bai will be here in a moment to get ready for his show here on KKFN. KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. Oh, he's going to want that. That's Cecil's jacket. Dante, can you give him that jacket, please? Look at me taking care of my radio
First of all,
partner.
can we talk about how high Cecil was just sitting in his chair?
Well, dude, Mike
I feel
Evans
like I'm in
sits,
an airplane cockpit.
every time I get in this seat, Evans is like on the ground. He must have the largest torso of all time to be able to reach this microphone.
Oh, it's all the bovine parts. It spans everything.
Yeah, it's exactly. You do look very tall sitting there right
listen,
now.
which is not a familiar feeling for me as someone who stands at all of 5'9".
Yeah, you look like a linebacker right
He's
now.
got this cord wrapped around it. It's a maze. Oh my gosh, it's like a house of mirrors.
This is actually a fun game. How long will it take Richie to get set up after Cecil leaves? Real quick, Richie, before I ask you about app stuff, what do you make of Deion and his lack of a recruiting class? It got a little time to add, but 10 players? 10 players in the first round here?
Yeah, now correct me if I'm wrong, Josh, but is it still ranked like right near the middle of the pack in the Big 12? I know
they're dead last.
They're dead last
Dead
now
last.
because there was a time where it was trending like, hey, they're not going to be great, but they're not going to be, top of the conference. I think it's par for the course, to be honest with you, because this is the self-proclaimed transfer portal king.
Mm-hmm.
This is the guy who doesn't go out on the road and sit in living rooms of these young kids the way that college football has kind of made accustomed to for decades to acquire that kind of talent. And I think that the idea of the transfer portal and this unlimited mobility that players in college football now have as a part of the Wild West that we're getting here is a good thing, and it's certainly a useful tool. And I think being the portal king can certainly have its advantages. But when you look at some of the top-tier programs in college football, the perennial blue bloods year in and year out, Ohio State, Georgia, run through your SEC list, whatever it is, they're not built primarily by raiding the transfer portal. Yeah. They are still at their bones. The foundation of their home is built through the recruiting trail and acquiring the top young talent to develop. And maybe some of that talent now gets to leave earlier, but that pipeline has water flowing through it at more than just a trickle, which is what you get in Boulder when you ignore that side of the game.
Well, and I told Cecil, hey, as a coach, wouldn't you want to get a recruiting class that kind of saves your bacon for, you've had 2 bad years. Yeah, but I got this recruiting class coming in that's going to turn this whole thing around. I guess Deion doesn't have to worry too much about that, but it would be something to give him some ammo to have a conversation with the AD about.
Absolutely, because again, it's almost like, I'm not going to use that example. That's kind of crass. But I was going to talk about.
It's probably going to be good.
Like a home wrecking example, right?
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah.
If you're a home wrecker, it's naive of you to think that you can't get home wrecked.
Right.
Right? So when you bring in all this talent in the transfer portal, there's no guarantee